Hey, neighbors, and welcome to Initiative Coffee Company presents In the Red. I need to make sure that you guys are getting some audio. There it is.
Here, yeah.
There's the audio. I need to
Hi.
clean up my mixer, but that's okay. Um, Last week, our heroes they fought a dragon and killed it much quicker than I anticipated, with far less threat, and that made me a little disappointed. But here we are.
Oh,
Um,
No. You can't put it like that. It's just
That's
we got
true.
some real lucky rolls.
they also went in very well prepared.
We figured
So,
out that thick water is something you shouldn't drink.
bleh.
ugh, don't drink thick water.
I mean, unless
Uh,
you have to.
I mean,
Then
if there's
I
medical
guess.
reasons, I guess.
Yeah, then you should totally drink thick water to get
Yeah.
that H2O.
Or you lose a very insensitive bet. Um,
It's a very
I know.
insensitive bet. Yikes.
Last week they killed a dragon and gained claim to his stuff. That was quite the list. It was not a huge list. Mostly it was just gold, but it was
And
a
like
lot.
and like we found a ring, and we found two sets of gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
Sets of
said
mag-
mostly, and a
I wonder
gem that seems somehow magical also.
Magical. Are we back in town?
I will say presumably, yeah. Like it won't be challenging for you guys to get back to town. If you, unless there's something y'all want to do on the way back to town.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You first. You first.
No, you first.
Okay, me first. All right.
Because we're doing multiple trips, so like you could take points on one of the.
Well, I was gonna look to see if like if Glamour wasn't pulling a fast one on me, and just gain my attention to make sure that she actually or he actually do we know if it's a he or she? Did I miss that?
You don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't even know that it has a gender.
yeah.
Glamour then. I want to make sure that it like was like at our like saw my potion and actually like picked it up and then it broke or whatever it was. I want to make sure it went off how I thought it was gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
and like so I want to check the shrine.
Yeah, 100%. There is still the bottom of a beaker glued to the shrine, with
The
not
top part
the
missing.
bottom of the beaker there, and shards of glass, some of which are bloody, kind of
Nice.
everywhere.
Nice. And I want to go.
Not
Hey,
like not
we
like
need a
a
good
lethal,
one.
Yeah, not like a lethal amount of blood, but like some blood. It does not look like Glamour was the one that grabbed it.
Yeah.
It looks like Glamour was summoned when someone else grabbed it.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yes. And I'm gonna give a hearty chuckle.
And
And
that was near one of those farmsteads that we left stuff in, wasn't it?
that we left a lot of stuff in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which now we can go back and bring 2 wagons though.
Precisely.
So a couple of just kind of like housekeeping questions. How much how much are you leaving at the tower to kind
Whatever
of
was in the-
continue this ruse of business as usual?
Definitely was going out.
Sure.
Or whatever that payment out was. And what was the ratio again?
After you made that payment, there was 14.
But it wasn't- But it was like a few months, wasn't it? That was like in
It's-
between each payment.
It's bi-monthly. It's every other month.
Okay.
Mhm. Inside the books, did it look like the same amount was going out each time
It's a
in the
fixed
same
amount, yeah.
increments? Yeah.
So the idea
And-
is like he has to pay bi-monthly
Yeah.
dues or whatever,
the
and everything
exchange.
else is Angans.
We probably
Crystal
should
and-
at least
and
live
in the-
let one payment stay. Like
Yeah, and
beyond
in-
the end.
Exactly. And in the books, did it look like every time that stuff was coming in, it was at least the amount that needed to go out?
Yes, but do keep in mind that since the last payment went out largely, you have eliminated the most profitable group of bandits.
Yeah.
Because it was the one that was robbing people on
Stealing
the way
people? Stealing
to
people?
to the capital, right?
Yeah,
So there is that to consider as well.
exactly. So I'm thinking just 1 month's worth of
Or when the next
the-
One
payment's
payment,
worth.
so 2 months.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Did we have enough coinage to cover off on the exact amounts
Yes.
based on both?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure of that. So we obviously will want to go and correct that inside the spreadsheet of stuff. The thing that I definitely want to do specifically related to that is for Kiev, who will be posing with Clamor as a result,
Mhm.
pulling off this prank, is to have Kiev tell all the bandits that they need to make new armbands because they're all dirty and old and stuff, and they want to make them look all shiny and new and everything, and to hoard all of those armbands for us so that when we visit next time, we could just get a whole bunch of armbands.
Dang, that's actually a really good idea. Holy,
I mean, they're all
Shit,
dirty
what?
now, right?
that's so wonderful on
Yeah,
so
I
many
don't-
levels.
hold on.
And
He
perhaps
has to grab
Do
the
you
book.
have? Do you have? It's not a book. It's my dice tray this time. Do you have percentile dice on you?
yeah, it's just 2d10s, right?
Yeah, one of them has like 2 numbers on it.
Yep. I'm ready.
Go ahead and roll those bad boys.
Hopefully this is a chart and not a thing that requires proficiency, because that's a 12.
100 armbands.
Yeah, so over the course of like the next month or so, you end up acquiring 24 armbands. 5 of which are like bandit captain armbands.
Ooh.
You have also been quite duplicitous. If you turn those in for ransom, I want you to remind you that you have not actually eliminated those bandits' threat to the community.
So that was going to be my next part, is that we need to instruct Kiev to at least leave Wind's Hollow alone, or is this really the only domain that like they circulate around?
It's by and large the only town.
Dang.
Like, there's another. I guess there's another road that leads to kind of the north to Rain.
Is that where
to
Goldhome
Rainwall.
is?
Well, there's a road that leads
No, a
north to
different one.
Goldhome that like
Oh.
you guys haven't really investigated.
Yeah.
Or there's a road. I think. Let me double check. No, that is the only road in from the capital. So
Gotcha.
I mean, they could, I guess, make a wider berth or like start trying to like knock off smaller villages.
I got it. So, in addition to potentially like reducing the like Kiv can convince them to be like, okay, let's kind of slow roll it a little bit, so that people aren't as hurt. But let's start to let's see if
Domesticate them.
Kiev can transform this bandit operation potentially into a wood logging operation.
Yes!
Right? 'Cause
I
that's nearby.
love it! There's currently a need!
Yeah.
So a couple of things. One, this is gonna take time.
Yeah.
We got that.
Oh yeah,
sure.
no, like I said, they'll start to slow roll.
Two, those are vastly different skill sets: robbing people and safely felling trees.
No. We didn't say safely. We didn't say safely.
Yeah, but they're gonna want to do it safely, or they're just,
Yeah.
or you're just gonna kill off all the bandits. Like,
There's
What's
that
the problem with
possibility,
that?
too. No, because then the logging operation stagnates. The other thing too.
so
which
does the
probably
income for the other thing that's more powerful.
We have
than
4
adventure.
months to figure it out.
There's that, exactly. But then the other thing too is we don't know much about Goldhome right now. But if Goldhome is mostly, if not completely abandoned, we could turn it into a mining operation. And I do want to say that stealing from people has a translatable skill of stealing from a cave.
Yeah, but not mining. Like mining, Like, it's not pre-mined ore that they just
Well-
have to go in and grab.
Well,
I
I,
mean,
think the
maybe
long
it
term
is,
is domesticating, and I guess I'm assuming what you're trying to get at, like almost domesticating the area.
I'm
Yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah.
I'm really excited about the prospect of you turning this obviously bandit organization into what is essentially a civil service organization.
Yeah.
They're just going to be like the postmen and like
That
the
actually was
sewer
gonna be my
workers.
next suggestion if you shot it down. I was gonna say there are a whole bunch of barns that are around that need like cleaning, and
Repair.
potentially landscaping.
They're gonna paint the dickens out of a lot of mostly abandoned barns.
Yeah.
Well, the
Um,
thing is like
And then, and then, like, based on that experience, they could then go to places like Winds Hollow and say, "Look at how we've beautified this area. Wouldn't you, Mayor Ornath, want your place to look like this?" And then they could get a service out of it.
I try to literally make a cleaning service. This is wonderful on so many levels.
No, it's not just cleaning. It's the whole of civil society. He's trying to turn these bandits into postmen and nurses and teachers.
Well, it's safer than what our current profession is because we've clearly proved that we can eliminate maybe not on the whatever is in the capital level, but like if there's a bandit hill, we dealt with it. All I'm saying is this sounds a lot safer for them and
Could
they'll be
be.
functioning members of society.
Could be
how are Bluebeard's people doing?
One's dead.
Because
Still dead.
that's effectively there goes the die. There it is. Okay. Because that's effectively they're building walls right now.
Yeah,
Why
that's
didn't I bring that guy back to
that's the
life?
pilot case for.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, I know.
what? Wait, hold on. Why didn't I ever bring that guy back to life?
I don't know.
Because he was super dead.
Yeah, well, I can super bring people back to life.
I mean,
It's super
mostly.
duper now? I thought it was
You-
within moments.
You've got bennies.
No, it's fine. That guy deserved a concussion.
The concussion guy? Yeah, no, he totally was dead. There was no
There's
going
no
on.
chance he was just dead. I'm like looking
You
at his
could bring
puzzle,
him
like,
back,
wait a minute.
but you might not want to. You might not like what comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean a perfectly fine functioning member of society?
Sure. I mean, or an
Was-
angry monster that wants to murder you for knocking him unconscious.
I feel like this is not my
Regularly.
fault. I can use calm emotions.
Hey,
It's
It's
not
fine.
all your fault.
He would probably be my friend at that point.
I was gonna say Dimitri would probably be his ally.
No.
But anyway. Do I have to roll for civil service?
This is a thing that can happen over time, but
Yeah!
Roll for civil service.
So here's one thing we haven't really addressed it yet because we haven't really had much of it. But like developing a core of civil servants is something that you could, I guess, do in downtime.
We got a lot of downtime to be making up. There's a lot of sessions. We could definitely, backdate
No,
Oh.
but
some
this
of this
is
stuff.
new downtime.
No. We were setting up the
this
infrastructure well before.
this will be new downtime, yeah. So I will say that like between this episode and the next time we meet for In the Red in the new year, you'll have some substantial amount of downtime, 1 to 2 months probably, to just kind of like get things up and running and like figure out what y'all want to do. But you're gonna have to make choices on how you use that time, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to work toward developing a core of civil engineers, it will probably be time away from developing your business as a sandwich shop of
true.
strange and
it's not
provocative
though.
meats.
You know why? I'll give you an answer why.
Hunters!
Because now, well, we have hunters, but not only that, we have people hungry for the meat, so they have to come get us no matter what. So we're giving ourselves more resources because we're building a base of consumers.
Are you building an assumption that chimera meat is addictive?
Yes,
Oh.
Okay.
that's all I got.
You can operate under that assumption if you want.
Right.
Roll for civil service.
Roll for civil service.
That should be one of that really needs to be one of the emotes. Roll for civil service.
You go ahead and get working on that, and I will be happy to add it to our emotes.
Didn't we gain a level this last time?
You did.
Yeah.
You're level 8 now.
Yep. Ability score well, at least for me.
So for hit point increase, it's just half a hit die, or is it a whole hit die?
Have to die
You can
con modifier.
either do half a hit die rounded up plus your Constitution modifier, or you can roll and take the result plus your Constitution modifier.
Well, they were literally just the same thing, so I guess I'll do
All
half
right.
the die.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. You gotta do one or the other. It's a choice.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble. Well, it's 6 more HP is what it is.
What's your con?
Plus 2.
And you're a D10 on your hit die, right? So it's
Oh.
5.
Oh, is it a D10? No, it's
Yeah.
D8.
Is it D8 for a
Yeah.
ranger?
I thought it was D10.
I thought it was D10.
Nope, D8.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking at it. So,
Oh, my
I have D8
wisdom
plus 4,
going up.
so-
Yes.
you're so much wiser. It's true.
And I can heal better.
You can heal better
And
you
kill
can
better.
Do things
Yeah.
with less resistibility. Yeah. So that you have begun the process of establishing a civil service corps, I guess.
We're gonna make this place so good.
It's gonna be great. Were you expecting anything different?
I was not expecting that. I'm not disappointed. I'm intrigued more than anything, and I'm supportive of the notion. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah.
We're making this place civilized, one bandit camp at a time.
Yeah.
Indeed, you are.
Ability score improvement.
Minus the dead bodies.
Oh, we should probably deal with those too. Oh, that's what the silver servants are for.
The dead bodies.
Proper burial. Wait, no, that's what
yeah.
the thick water's for.
So we've successfully grabbed everything that was near the fire trees, which weren't fire trees, but they looked like it. And so remember we buried a bunch of stuff in the armor and whatnot?
Yep.
That
Buried
was
a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
it was like an additional
Yeah.
80
it's in your
platinum.
notes, right, Marty?
820 gold. There was a lot.
So there's that.
There's a bunch of potions.
Kiv's taking care of that stuff.
How would you like us to handle Kiv's inventory? In terms of anything like bombs and stuff like that.
I will say the bombs and stuff are still on him.
Yeah.
What about potions? At least like ones that previously were like. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'll talk about like Mar, but like.
I will say whatever was on Kiv, it remains on Kiv.
Okay. Cool.
Unless she had like the big sack of gold for your debt, in which
Sure.
case, like whatever. But you do have 4 presumed magic items to deal with, some gemstones.
Jake, Morty wanting some armor.
Mhm.
I
I
guess
know
I
we
was
were
really
taking stuff
upset
back
about
to
that.
Roscoe. Like the dragon spit, the thick water.
And we on the scales too, the Dread Dragon scales.
Yep.
Some of those, but
Armor.
it'll take time to get there.
Sure, I mean that's largely part of what today is, right? Is you're taking the time to get all the stuff back from the tower that you want to get back from the tower.
Yep.
Yeah.
Presumably,
And
like
deciding what to do.
you can get a couple of cases of fire bombs if you want. So I will say that you have, as a party, 18 fire bombs that you can use. I would not expect those to be like regularly coming in because you've killed all the people who know how to make those fire bombs. It's not just dragon spit in a vial. So there's a whole part in the process to that nobody remains aware of.
At least we don't have walking throwable fireballs anymore at us, for at least the time being.
Other than the ones that were like already out, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
other than that, you have that like those ground dragon scales. You can use that as a fire retardant. I don't know You know it has fire retardant properties, but like it's up to you to decide how you want to like use that knowledge.
How many dragon scales did we pull out?
So you have
Like two
like what's that?
You said like two. Oh no, the 2 crates was the firebomb.
The fire bombs, yeah. So you have probably 10 or so whole red dragon scales, and then you have, I guess, like a barrel full of ground dragon scale. 10 red dragon scales is probably about half as many as you would need to make like a full set of red dragon scale mail.
Oh,
But you also don't know anyone who is skilled enough
Can make
to
it.
make dragon scale mail, right? Like it's a pretty delicate process. So
Yeah.
you would have to find some sort of leather
Dope.
worker with high skill.
Question.
Yes.
So we have this the powder that we learned is kind of fire retardant, right?
Mhm.
Would we be able to take spit, mix in that dust, and then coat it on our armor to then have fire retardant armor?
I'm gonna say no.
that was a good one, though. That was
Yeah,
a
so
real good one.
I will say that like if you want to have fire retardant armor made, you can do that, but it would have to be incorporated into the smithing process
Yep.
to be effective. To just do
Yeah.
like a powder coat of fire retardant isn't really gonna do what you're looking for in terms of like magically reducing fire damage.
Yeah. No, at best, like I imagine it would do as it did for the battle, where we had the salves on, and
Mhm.
then the fire retardant dust kind of absorbed on the
Yeah.
salve, and just absorbed points.
Yeah. Other questions?
Is anyone in town? Aaron, or I guess was it Aaron? Was the
Yep,
blacksmith?
Aaron is
Aaron's
the
the
wood
carpentress.
carpenter.
But we
Siegfried's
wouldn't
the
have anybody that'd be
blacksmith.
able to. Would Siegfried be? Do we know if Siegfried would be
No.
like good enough to? Oh no, he only makes like.
The guy who
Brilliant.
stretches his skills at nails and horseshoes, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit. Well, is there any? Do we know of any like just people like tradespeople that have armor potentially?
That have it?
Yeah, like
I
for
mean,
purchase.
Yeah, I mean, there's caravans coming in from the Empire pretty regularly now.
Do
There is a premium on those goods, though.
like
Mm.
their safety?
What?
Hmm?
Like the travel costs.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I said yeah, and they're we don't get the Xing out discount of the fact that we open up the trade routes.
No, because they're doing you a
They-
favor by coming anyway.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's
Are-
not very nice.
Because I'm looking at things. Would it be possible? What does it take to craft, and how long would it take to craft like a longbow +1 or something like that?
You would have to take the skill, the crafting skill, yeomanry, I guess. Bows are tricky
Aggressive.
because like the crafting skill to make a bow is a different crafting skill than to make arrows, and so you would have to get proficiency in both to like do both. To make a
Gotcha.
bow, you'd have to get the crafting skill, and that is I think 250 downtime days. Jake,
It's your game.
Do we have anybody in town that can do that?
they can make arrows.
No, bows.
Oh, bows. Again, probably not. You know, like there are not that would be any better than your current bow. I'll say that. There's pretty like kind of par craftsmen in town, but nobody like making mastercraft items.
No, nobody's exceptional at it.
With the exception, I guess, of Ornath, who does like kind of like bracer and leather like accessories. Like he made your like pauldron guys.
Oh my god, I forgot about those things were the coolest things ever. Ah!
Okay.
How much were they thinking about for half plate? What were they wanting to charge?
For half plate.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the chart here.
Now that we have cash.
Yeah, cash. We're probably not
So
gonna pay
half
back
plate would
for.
be like 1,100 gold.
Oh, they're charging more than double or more than 1.5. Oh. Shit. It's even less metal. I'm halfling.
Yeah, that's part of why it's so expensive. They have to figure out how to
Custom
fit it down to size.
Are they willing to negotiate?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Are you wanting to try to negotiate?
Do they have a shield +1 as well?
They don't have magic items.
You have didn't you get an exceptional like tower shield?
It's
thing?
just a nice shield.
Yeah, they don't.
And it also has the emblems of the dragon on it. That I personally am not too much of a fan of.
Would that have a bounty?
I'm sorry. The cart does have a few magical items
Oh,
because I just rolled 100 on percentile dice.
so
find out
they have a
if it
staff
is-
of the Magi then?
They don't have a staff of the Magi. No. The percentile dice
have
was to see if they
two?
carry any magic items at all.
And what?
Because
what
you
was
have
it
not like
then?
fully developed this town yet. So,
And I guess that's another question. What would it take to fully develop this town? I mean, I know there's like what can we do, but like in your eyes, how do we develop this town to be further along that? I know you said like the kind of like that route of making them more friendly homes, like the for the long rest and stuff. What's the next step for us to give them the old Age of Empires upgrade?
So largely, like, there are a couple of things. One, like, it's still an isolated town in the region, despite it having caravans to
Sure.
outside of the region. So one thing to increase, like, your notoriety of the town would be to secure other towns and secure
Yep.
essentially trade routes.
Sure.
So if you think of like like Sid Meier's Civ, if you have two towns with a trade route, both towns do better than just having one town and
Yep.
focusing resources into it.
I heard railroads make it a lot faster too.
Well, you could invent railroads. That is a thing that you could do. You You could
trains.
invent the notion of steam power. That is another thing you could do.
That's against nature.
Finishing like quests in the region, in the general area would help. So,
Would Goldholm be inclusive of that?
Goldholm might be inclusive in terms of like establishing another town.
Exactly.
But if there are quests to be had in Goldholm, they will be to
Goldholm
develop
specific.
Goldholm. You know.
Yep.
But within this region, like, they were a major lumber town, so the fact
Civil
that there is
service.
currently no lumber coming in is a problem. The fact that the main source of their lumber has this strange malady is problematic. Other things might come up that could sway
the
your
fungus.
reputation in the town up or down. Those kinds of things. So, like, doing anything at this point will increase your reputation in town,
Right.
or I guess substantially decrease it if you really botch the job. But like anything at this point will have an impact because you haven't like encountered other towns to start developing them. I will say that because you've killed the dragons, we'll start doing embarkment rolls when you leave town, and those are from the Heroes of Middle Earth rule set, where you'll have benefits or drawbacks based off the roll you make when you leave the town to go on quests.
Wait, what do you mean by embarkment rules? Exactly. Like, what do you mean by? Is it like?
So there's a table in Heroes of Middle Earth, which is a 5th ed supplement, where every time you leave a town, you roll your embarkment die, and based off the result, you have either a benefit or a drawback for the duration of your excursion.
Yep.
Right?
Because we removed the dragon?
Right, because this is a more secure location. Right, so you have gotten to the point.
I guess I'm confused why there would ever be a drawback.
We've unlocked the opportunity for a benefit, and in order for it to not always be a benefit,
Right.
there are some.
So
It
can we
is
choose not to
skewed-
do it then?
No.
I
already killed the dragon.
wouldn't, but you could. I mean, I will say no, because there are possibilities that you have like. it is possible that you have made the region less stable
because it's
you
no
have
longer a
killed the
major dragon
Yeah.
there.
I mean, like,
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I didn't
he
understand.
was bad news, but he was at least ordered news. Like, there's a bit more chaos involved in the region now because there isn't this like domineering force, right? So the table at this point skews toward positive. So on a D10, it'll be like 6 and 4 or 7 and 3. But if you really like screw things up in town, that will shift also.
So, game mechanic question. So we can take ability improvements.
Mhm.
Is the max any stat can be as 20?
Unless you have
Magical items or
magical
feats.
items or an ability that says otherwise. So like I know barbarians can get up to a 22 strength and con, I think.
24.
24, whatever it is, yeah.
If I have a 20 dex, that would give me a +5 modifier.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct. Or you could take a feat.
But also, it also increases your initiative too.
That's
So
true.
that's
Oh, you can
there's so many
set up-
extra
that's
plus.
right.
There's so many extras from a high dex.
What are the feats like? Is there feat list?
There's a whole
There's
list.
a-
of
there's
You
feats,
have
a-
yeah.
sharpshooter.
There's a chapter of feats.
Do you-
Do I go
Don't
for
have
that?
sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter is probably the next ranger one you'd maybe want.
And then at least for now, I'm gonna limit the feats to the PHB feats.
Not Tasha's.
or Xanathar's.
Xanathar's? I don't think it has feats.
It has racial feats.
Ah.
But as you progress in the story, like I might decide that you have unlocked those books. But for
Yeah.
now, it'll just be the player's handbook.
Sharpshooter is a good one. Looking at that.
Yeah.
If you
We've
want to
asked
deal
if you had-
stupid more damage.
Exactly. We've asked if you had sharpshooter a number of times. But I hadn't.
Oh wait, so yeah, what? I guess you're still trying to figure out what's in the magic item.
Yeah, that's why I
Van.
have 4 books open right now. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. Yeah.
I have
What
two-
we
it's a
what
lot.
we
have
I
2
think on the
books open.
priority list is like a bag of holding.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't think there was gonna be one.
Well, if we have the money and we do the thing, do we need it?
Do what thing? It's just the fastest way of carrying it around, but it also makes us the biggest target in Brian's book because they're gonna look exactly for that inconspicuous bag that has a bajillion gold in it.
Yeah, it's true.
So we just
I-
leave it in other people's hands.
I guess I will take sharpshooter.
Okay. So the caravan has most of the stuff in the PHB at 150% of the cost of the PHB. In addition, it has a cloak, a quiver, and a fan of sorts.
I mean, do they tell us what they are?
They tell you what they tell you they are, but you don't know if you can believe them or not. They're traveling merchants after all. They say it's a cloak of elven kind, a quiver of Elona, and a wind fan.
Isn't there a fourth thing?
No. Just
Did I just literally just have
I think you just made up
had
an
a
extra
stroke or
thing.
something? Ooh, quiver alone, that would be pretty decent.
What is?
Do we know what these do? Like, I
Yeah,
guess
you-
as okay.
like, they'll let you test them out. The quiver of Elona allows you, instead of putting 20 arrows in the quiver, you can put 60 arrows in the quiver. You can also put 18 javelins or similar objects, and up to 6 long objects such as bows, quarterstaves, or spears.
Or your big bowl that you have.
I
You mean
mean,
my
the collapsible pole
collapsing
isn't
pole?
that large when it's
The collapsing
collapsed.
pole,
It's
yeah, yeah.
neat.
It's not very big when it's collapsed.
I mean, it's cool because like I just think that you just have a bunch. You're like, da, 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 like 18 javelins come out of nowhere. You just got to put a little like rope on it to make it a joke.
Oh
It's
my
like-
goodness.
Keep pulling, and it's like the part like you just put it in your sleeve, and it's just like
Well-
it's your. That's what we're doing. We're moonlighting as a children entertainment.
The
and to
cloak.
get them
Sorry, I'm
get
just
them
gonna
all back. Yeah, sorry, go.
I'm just gonna go through the magic items real quick that they have. The cloak of elven kind, I think just gives you a bonus to stealth, but let me double check.
I thought there was also perception checks. Wearing his cloak with the hood up,
Yep.
perception checks made to see you
Perception.
have disadvantage, and you had advantage on stealth checks made to hide.
That requires attunement. The quiver does not. And then the last item that was there was the wind
Fan.
fan,
Oh yes.
which casts, I think, gust of wind.
Yeah. Gust of wind. Once used, can't be used till next time. Each time it's used again before then, it has a cumulative 20% chance of not working and tearing into useless non-magical tatters.
Yeah. So those are the 3 magical items they have, and
Half plate.
they do have half plate for 1100 gold, and they have access to clerical spell services up to 2nd level spells, but you also have a cleric that is higher level than that.
True.
Should we go over our gold real quick and see if we?
Yeah,
can
let's see what we
back
got.
This debt of ours. or
Now
not?
we left a good amount of it back at the Kiev, so
Yeah, we have 2
Well-
payments there.
No, yeah, and the leftover of that was 1,400 silver, 3,200 gold, 85 platinum, a
Correct.
bunch of pearls, a bunch of moonstones, 2
I don't
Alexandrite.
want to make things less clear than they can be. It is exactly 8 pearls, exactly 6 moonstones, and exactly 2 Alexandrites. When you say a bunch, it gives the
Yeah.
impression that maybe it's a debatable number. It's not. I guess you
that's
could
it.
break them into two gems of half the original value.
right.
At which point,
If not
sure,
less.
now it's 7
buck.
moonstones instead of 6, but it's the value of 6 moonstones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's.
And
that's
what
it.
about-
That's,
and then
that's
there's-
what I wrote down.
And then there's also that stuff that we found the 2 chests in the barn.
Yes. Do you remember what was in those?
I can
Uh,
tell
80
you if you give me about 2 seconds.
I think it was like an arm full of horseshoes and
No, not that one.
Barn,
Not
the
that other
fire
barn.
where I
The fire
sliced
barn.
the guy in half.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
where the person totally got and someone exploded from an arrow or no from not from arrow from spit deciding to turn the person into 2 instead of 1.
Like the moonstones we're working with to make a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
Do you have that offhand?
I don't.
Well, it's we counted at that point because I see it written in very explicitly for this one. We had 110 gold was on the champion, 30 gold was on the bandits. Inside of the chests was 820 gold and 80 platinum.
Yeah.
As well as a masterwork spear and a masterwork shield that you got. The
Do you
shield.
know the value on that?
Let me check real quick. The shield is worth 60 gold. Is what you would buy it for, but you would have to negotiate a sell price.
Yeah.
And then the spear. Hold on, I'm on the armor page. My guess would be like 30 gold.
And there was a small bead of some type. I don't know. What's the conversion from platinum to gold? Is it 10
10.
times?
10 gold to a platinum. It's all metric.
At least it's
Ah.
not Electrum.
Except Electrum. Yeah.
That's why we don't use Electrum.
Alrighty.
So do we do math?
So what's our
now? Just-
total? Yeah, what's our total count right now?
I don't know, math it up.
Oh, we also have cold grenades we never used, guys. So
Oh no.
Amateurs.
You know what? We had explosive water coming out of a dragon. I think
Yeah.
that's fine. We turned it into like, well, what is it? What can we turn all these extra like weapons into? Is there like a rough exchange you'd be willing to give us? Be like, hey, this is what they'd be willing to take.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because we
let's
have a
go
lot of
ahead.
extra garbage. Garbage. We have a lot of extra like just weapons and stuff we've taken.
They would take
I mean, and there's a lot of it too.
yeah. They would. Here's what they'll do. They'll take all the extra like weapons and armor and the shield and spear, and they will charge you 600 gold for your half plate instead of 1100. Because there is a set of plate mail in that.
Is it plate armor?
It is plate armor. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
But they're gonna use that plate armor to make you.
No. They have a set of half
They
plate.
have stuff. No, hold on. No, that's not kosher.
All right, then you can hold on to your random crap.
Well, the plate armor by itself, we know the value of the plate armor. It's more than the half plate that we're trying to get.
I mean, Jake knows the armor, the value of the plate
It's
armor.
well, I guess I could look at it and be like, oh look, this is double me.
Yeah, yours is custom.
And they said 1100. I'm like, well, shouldn't it be 2200 then?
It's a standard fit. It's not as difficult to make.
Yeah, but you're getting.
There's lots of things you can do to like change the outcome here.
I know. I'm thinking about how I want to do it.
It's
Well-
10 silver to a gold.
Yes.
Correct.
We don't necessarily have all of the gemstone conversions yet.
So what? I'm gonna ask the merchant. What would you sell this plate armor for?
To sell it to you, 1100 gold.
No. The ones that we have, that we would be
What
exchanging.
would I
for.
sell it for?
Yes.
That largely depends on the buyer and what they're willing to
Yeah.
pay for it.
What would be give or take average? Would you be willing to? What would you throw out?
I'd rather not speak in hypotheticals.
Exactly.
Let's say I was in the market for
How long have
or
you
buying
had?
half-
You've got quite the selection that's here. How long have you been? How long have you been selling this stuff?
Oh, I just got
this
this
type of-
stuff. Just got this stuff.
Just got it?
Brought it in from Rainwall yesterday.
Rainwall. How was the trip?
Chilly. It's chilly.
Yeah,
It's cold and wet in Rainwall.
sounds right. Sounds right. I imagine there's a wall there too.
No, it's
Oh.
it's a metaphorical wall. Like
Oh,
the
okay.
the north of Rainwall, it is always there is no rain. It is only snow or frost. South of Rainwall is where rain starts because it's not
yes.
permafrost.
Do you travel alone?
No, there's like 5 people. There's like him and some bodyguards and like an associate of sorts.
Ah,
The cleric is the associate.
gotcha.
Right. So right now we have 8,138.6 gold. That's not counting all the new gems.
what's that number again?
8,138. Not including all the new gems that we have, which also includes a small bead of some type. I don't know.
which we're gonna have Roscoe try to figure out what it is. But while we're talking with the people, it'd be like, do you guys travel? Like, do you guys always travel?
What's the-
What do you guys call home?
We're from Vol. We're from the Imperial seat.
Oh, okay.
So what is it worth to open up more routes for you?
What is it worth?
Would that benefit
Would it
you?
potentially benefit you?
It could potentially benefit us. I don't know. Like, if we had a monopoly in the region, it would be huge for us. But
Do we know of any other caravans that are currently moving across this current area?
yeah, there's a new caravan in every month or so.
Yeah.
So what stops you from being that monopoly?
The other caravans.
Yeah.
Why haven't you bought them if you're considering making a monopoly? What would it be like? How would one acquire a monopoly? Like
I don't know
in
if
your
wanna
we
create
would
a
we would gain
monopoly.
exclusive rights with the leadership of a given jurisdiction
got it.
So, to have exclusive kind of import rights essentially to Winds Hollow. We would need
Yeah.
So where are you headed to next?
probably back to the Empire through
So
Rainwall.
you just do there and back.
How long's that trip?
About a week each way. I guess 2 weeks each way.
Are you
We know
guys
the
hungry right
shortcuts.
now? You sounds like you've been on a very long trip.
We're okay. Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to haggle, but I feel like my haggling is gonna backfire aggressively.
That's the risk of
Potentially.
haggling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
I'm gonna
tell
do
you what,
it.
and I like run over to Dimitri. I'm like, they said they weren't hungry, but still do the thing. So, so I go over. I'm like, Maury really wants some of this stuff, and I mean, trail food isn't exactly the best. So, I mean, we got a friend here who can go ahead and provide you guys a good set of good berries to go and take care of you for, I mean, at least a couple of days.
Good
So,
berries only last one day.
oh. Well, if you eat one in the morning and then eat another one, you'll have a really good sleep at night.
I'd like to take a
Okay.
closer inspection.
But it
on...
saves you the need to go and either make or purchase any foods.
We don't mind that. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to take a closer look at the half plate.
Oh no, they only last a day. Shoot.
Is there any
Right.
signs, insignias on them that make you want to buy them a little more aggressively before letting it go? I think you know what I'm trying to get at.
Do you want there to be signs and insignias?
We just want to know if they're part of domain exchange.
Well, that, or if there's anything like maybe.
There's nothing like deific, and like the issue is.
I know
like,
it's not
to
like
find-
big and aggressive, but like if I was like taking a look at it and like maybe like saw something on it that was like, oh, I should get this.
So I guess like if you want there to be, you could spend a penny, and there could be like vine.
Even if it's from
motif
Glamour
to
or
it,
something.
like a vine motif to it, that like has in the etching and stuff, but it's not like.
I don't want it to be magical. That's not.
And I don't mean magical either, but like the gods have been missing for like 10,000
That's what I was kind of
10,000
thinking. If it was like an
years, so,
older half plate, that they'd be like, "Oh, we recently got this." Was it an
so
older half plate?
This is clearly crafted rather than like found, right? So this isn't like dug up from
XYZ.
from a cave or a dungeon or anything. This was crafted in the Empire. It can have kind of a floral like vine motif to it if you want, but it's not going to be like armor dedicated to the Lady of the Woods. Like it's just that.
That's not it.
She's not widely known enough to have like her sigils emblazoned on anything at this point, unless.
And
you
I found
do
out
it.
she's not even a main character, and she's like a protector of the forest. She's not even like the actual deity of the forest, which is fine by me. It's just like it's learning from Glamour that it's a neat thing. What does the group feel about me spending money on this? Because I'm going to haggle, and I'm going to do it aggressively.
Well, like what's the defense difference between what you're wearing right now and full plate?
My armor is gonna go up by. Actually, it doesn't go. I thought half plate did a lot more. Only goes by +1. Damn.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Half plate. The biggest change half plate makes is disadvantage on stealth checks. That's the most
Which I already have.
substantial impact. All right. Yeah. I mean, half plate just like in terms of like over chainmail or something, it's just not
I've got scale mail.
scale mail. Yeah.
If it was a +1 plate, that would be a different story.
It's not.
Or a +1 shield.
There's not a +1 shield. There
Are
only
we-
those
Change
three
the
magic
inventory.
items.
Do we nobody in town that would be able to inform us of what these magic gloves are?
Yeah, we have or magic everything. All the things we have.
I
that
mean,
are
there's a
magical.
clearic here with a caravan. You don't know
Who
anybody in
gives a
town who has the
sh-
capability to do that?
How many would I have enough days just to cast? I think I've got identify. Let me double check.
I don't think it's a a cleric spell. You have to be knowledge domain, I think.
I can at least cast detect magic on it and see what schools they're from and that kind of thing. So at least that's a plus, but it's not going to get us anything extra. Yeah, can we find any? Oh, Ornath's gonna be like, hey, he's gonna cost you, and it's like, please don't.
Well, we'll trade him all the armbands that we got for.
No, that's misleading.
No. Oh, no, I mean, I'm totally turning them in for yeah.
for
I
gold.
was gonna say no, that's misleading. You're still planning on misleading her.
Yeah, that's exactly
So
what
why don't we say, okay, then if that's the case, then we'll do, we could do it for, at least identifying the stuff then?
You're asking Ornath, or you're asking?
No, I'm talking to Spit. Like, should we just say, hey, can you identify this instead? So I remember, wasn't the last time he traded it, like, it was like 100 gold or some baloney like that he wanted?
To identify all the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else we can yell. I mean, they're not hungry.
Well, I don't want the stuff anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because-
the half plate is not substantial. It's
I
not
thought it was
better
going to be a
enough.
lot more of an increase, and this Jake is a dummy face. Forgot that it did not actually do as much as.
yeah. Then if you
I
don't
thought it was
really
gonna
want it that much, then yeah, having somebody be able to identify some of these things would be really good. Like we have, I mean, what I presume is more than just thick water in one of these vials that we left at the farm.
I mean,
it said one is less
you've already
viscous.
figured out what the thick water is, though.
Oh, okay.
Gets that oil.
It's dragon spit.
Yeah.
It's like saliva
Not my-
from its fire gland.
I'll never be able to learn that. Oh, I forgot about it. So we have like 4 items that we need to identify. We got 2 gloves. We know
So
there's a ring of
he
Featherfall.
identified one of the potion. There's a ring of Featherfall. There's 2 sets of gloves. There's a small bead. I think
There's
We
that's
actually have a
it.
bunch of potions too.
We don't know a burnt orange potion yet. We know bright orange.
Oh, right,
know.
right. Halloween orange, yeah. You don't know the burnt orange potions either.
And we know the 2 purple ones are divination potions. That's all we know.
And orange is transmutation.
No, you know the purple potions are see invisibility.
Oh,
Oh, we
yes.
do.
Yeah, 2 purple sea.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
question mark small bead. Then we also have the magical gem that we found as well.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
one you
3
found in
items.
the horde.
We need to at least 3 items that we need to get identified.
Yeah, they'll do it for.
All the armbands.
Who, Ornath or the merchants? The merchants don't care about the armbands.
How much are the merchants trading for? Or want it for?
They will do it for. They'll identify all of it for like the ancillary weapons and stuff, excluding the plate armor.
So just all the junk that we've been carrying
Yeah,
with
like
us.
the
Yeah.
swords and.
Does that check
the
out, like in terms of
leathers.
pricing? I think it probably does.
I think it does.
Largely,
Um,
they get to charge whatever they want for identify. Like they have the materials, so like they get to
Yeah.
make their own decision. And there's probably 5 items. Like realistically,
And also, we're
like,
we're
they could
creating a
charge 100
relationship
apiece,
as
but-
is.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what's this guy's
This
name?
particular, yeah, I was gonna say, well, what's identifying about this caravan? Both there are 5 folks. There's this cleric.
Mhm.
What's his name? Is
I,
it like a
uh,
blue
I-
caravan?
I don't know. You're the ones that have been talking to him for the last hour.
Morty,
so
you've been talking with him
you
for a
guys,
while.
you guys tell me what his name is and what their deal is. It is a knowledge cleric and a merchant with the expert sidekick class levels.
His name is Francis.
The cleric or the expert?
the cleric. 'Cause
But he likes being called Frankie.
he hates that.
No. Like oh. The cleric does hate it, but the merchant thinks he likes it. So every
see.
time the merchant calls on him, like Frankie or Francis kind of grimaces a little bit, but he doesn't make it known to
Well,
the
what's
merchant.
Spit? What was the cleric or the caravan owner's name?
The big merchant guy?
Yeah, what's his name?
We're gonna go with. I thought it was Mark, but I heard it wrong. It was
Such a completely different letter.
I thought it was Mark, but I heard it wrong. It's actually
Yeah.
it's
Barry.
Actually Steven.
Barry. No.
No, there's already a Barry.
Oh no,
somewhere.
no! You're absolutely right. His name name is Carrie. It's Carrie's Caravan. That's how he like is the.
It's a KC instead of. It's not CARY. It's KE like YRY, and it's like why?
Yeah, it's Irish or the equivalent of Irish, essentially.
It's going in the notes as KYRY. KEYRY.
Carrie, yeah. And it's Carrie's Caravan. That's how he gets his little shtick going on. Like people laugh about it too, particularly Frankie every time that he says it, because the expert sidekick is the expert. He's not really that expert, which is why he keeps him around. There's lots of things that Carrie says that kind of make people roll eyes because he kind of doesn't know what he's talking about all the time, which is why he has a knowledge cleric who has the knowledge.
Sure. They have 3 bodyguards. What are the bodyguards' names?
What do you?
Larry, Moe,
Larry,
and
Moe, and
Curly.
Curly. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah! Larry, Moe, and Curly! Their highest stat is not necessarily intelligence.
Larry, Moe, and
That checks out.
Curly.
But they are incredibly entertaining. A surprisingly high charisma check for people that just like punching things,
Cool.
including each other.
I like it. So they will identify that stuff.
Yeah.
The
Thank you, Carrie.
the small bead is a pearl of power.
I could have said that.
The 2 sets of gloves are.
Why are you making a face? I pull out my bag. I'm like, I got one.
I do too.
Gauntlets of
Oh, you're-
ogre power, gloves of thievery,
Ooh.
What did you say?
And-
Gauntlets of Power?
gauntlets
Ogre
of
power.
ogre power, gloves of thievery, and a gem of seeing.
Ooh.
And then those burnt orange potions are potions of climbing.
Tiny.
So
Guys,
what-
we can finally have a strong person in the party.
so,
I mean, that's
Oh.
our mission.
so pearls of power and ogre, or
Pearl power,
Pearl of
gauntlets
power,
of ogre
gauntlets
power.
of ogre power, gauntlets of thievery,
No, gloves
gem
of
seeing.
thievery.
So
Gloves.
the sets of gloves haven't made it to the master list yet because they're still on the Dragon Horde list, which is why you might be having trouble finding it.
Ah.
I just have party inventory.
So
This is
what,
so exciting.
what do they do?
What do they do?
The gauntlets of ogre power make your strength, I think, 18?
19.
19?
19.
The gloves of thievery give you proficient. Let me look them up. I just rolled them. I didn't make you
Ah.
Ogre
custom
power.
items this time around.
Pearl of power. What's your opinion on people being attuned to the same item?
Hmm?
Pearls of power.
More than one
Um,
person at you. You can
I
do
will
that.
say for pearls of power, I'm not particularly concerned about it. I will
Okay.
say that like you can't be attuned to 2 sets of gloves or like 2 cloaks or 2 pair of boots.
Okay.
Like,
And it's 3 attunement slots.
It's 3 attunement slots, yeah.
And pearl of power just gives +1 strength.
No, it's a
No.
third. It's another third level slot.
Yep. It
You have to,
absorbs
like,
a
you have to-
spell.
yeah, you have to charge it. And then the
I got one.
gloves of thievery.
I pull out my necklace.
Gloves of thievery give you +5 to your sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Dang.
So
Those some big boy. Who wants the gauntlets of ogre power? Who wants to suddenly become our big boy?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not.
Is it me?
I will say
think-
that, like, keep in mind we're adding. For the
Yeah.
audience who don't know,
oh,
Kiv's schedule has gotten crazy, so Danny's not going to be joining us for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring her back in at some point in the future, but we are working on finding someone else to create a fifth seat, aside from Danny's empty seat until she decides to make it not empty. So I guess the other thing to keep in mind is you are looking at having another person come in.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
I'm
if
just saying
they
for the
are-
time
if they're
being.
strength based, like gloves.
Oh
of,
yeah, then
you know,
immediately will come off. I was like, you know what? Who for the meantime I could be like.
I think it. Yeah, I think it is you, even though you haven't really been doing a lot of wacky things. But
I just do a different type of wacky things.
yeah.
It's normally whacking you guys in the
He
back of
can-
the head with healing spells.
He'll be able to carry stuff for us now.
That's true.
Wait, can we put him on Jeffrey?
No,
Oh.
they're people shaped.
I was really hoping we could kind of like find like two mannequin arms and put them like kind of like somehow fashion them kind of like how you can make it on your headsets.
No.
It's just like this when it's like two arms going like that. on
Yeah,
his
I
body.
definitely see what you're going for there, and no.
Shut down.
So the pearl of power just gives a extra spell
Third level
slot.
spell
slot.
slot. Third
Yeah.
level spell slot.
I don't have
Even
any
though you
third level
can't
spells.
use third levels, because I thought it's just extra spell slot.
Yeah, so you could put a first level spell slot in there,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but it's up to third level.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah, I get to learn third level spells next level.
So how much? What else do you guys want to do in terms of this merchant?
I don't.
Those were his names. You say you do this check every other month or so?
When we find enough stuff
Yeah.
to kind of bring out this way that we think we're gonna make it worth bringing out, then we come out. We don't. Have
Do you
like
take
a
requests?
fixed- We can keep an eye out for some stuff, but if it doesn't come across our
Yeah.
plate, it doesn't come across. You know. What were you looking for?
I'm looking for. I guess my direct translation would be +1 or +2 shield.
Some sort of magical shield.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not looking for also I can't be a beggar, can't be choose, but that's what I'm looking for. That will make it so I am more hard to hit.
Sure.
I'm not looking for a shield of missile attraction, if that's what I'm trying to
Right.
get at.
Yeah,
That's
they
not
can
what I
keep an
want.
eye out. The magic items are pretty rare. So
Yeah.
magic
I always
items,
say that
by and
as they
large-
came by with 3 magic items to this bum location.
Right, but they're not particularly strong magic items, and they. So the reason that magic items are particularly rare is they're heavily regulated by the Wizards University, and so some of the like smaller stuff can slip through the cracks and get out this way, because it's out this way. But it wouldn't. They wouldn't sell these items in the Empire in Vol, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much that magic is pretty heavily regulated to the point that like sorcerers are largely considered like, kind of lay people, and there's kind of a general stigma against them because there's not the level of discipline, inherent in wizardry or bardic pursuits.
Sure.
Yeah, and by extension, it is more challenging to control sorcerers as well.
Let's see. What else do we want to do with the merchant?
Why does everything start with a G? Dang it.
I don't know, guys. You're coming up with at least half the names.
No, I'm looking at like I was like trying to associate in our list. And it's like Morty's for taking for now G, and I was like, oh, all the three things: gauntlets of ogre power, gloves of thievery,
Oh,
and
yeah.
gem of seeing. And I'm like sitting here like,
Yeah.
damn it.
That's just how the
Shouldn't-
table's laid out. I don't know.
Shouldn't spit, or what does the Gemacine do? It's
It gets you investigation checks, I think. It allows you to get advantage on him, and it also makes it so you can see things clear from a further distance away.
You can expend no. The gem has 3 charges as an action.
I was just lying.
You can
That was a
speak
different
the
one.
gem's command word and expend 1 charge.
Oh,
For the
that's
next
right.
10
That's
minutes,
true
you
sight.
have true sight out to 120 feet when you
Oh.
peer through the gem. So you have to like hold it up to your.
Unless we make
How big is the
glasses.
How big is the gem?
Like D20 size, like I don't know, like big D20
Let's
size.
make you a monocle.
Is there an ability to embed it in front of the spyglass's lens?
Oh, we're making a kaleidoscope.
Over time, potentially.
Okay.
The true seeing effect only goes out to 120 feet. So like
Oh.
you would have 120 feet of true seeing out of focus, and then you would have.
Okay.
your-
Yeah.
It gets so much better.
We could talk about doing that long term if somebody wants to like figure
Yeah,
out a
go
way,
or-
like start a process of like engineering alternate magic items, but
No worries.
there's no way to do it at this point. No.
does the gem recharge?
It
Does 1d3 exchange charges daily
yes
at dawn?
at dawn.
And if we expend it all the way, does it break or
No.
No.
It just is dormant.
So it could be like a scope on a longbow.
That's.
Up to 120
I
feet.
like the idea
Sure.
that you're decking out your bow in like kind of like PUBG-esque style. It's like, you know
Yeah.
what?
But once
Sure.
again, as soon it only works to 120 feet. So
It's gonna be
That
compound.
seems to be all we've
We gotta
been
make you a
fighting.
compound bow
Let's-
next.
Keep in mind that true sight does not grant accuracy. It just lets you see things as they are.
right. You see
Like
through
that time that I was a
illusions.
wolf, you would have just seen me like, whew,
Yeah.
whew.
You see through illusions, you see into the ethereal plane, you see magically concealed doors. And I think that's it. Like just those things. It does like proxy as dark vision because you can see through the ethereal plane.
No, I don't think it can. I don't think it does.
It does because you can see through the ethereal plane and you can see like dark vision is not required necessarily. in
Got
the
it.
ethereal plane.
Because it doesn't explicitly say that, but
Mm,
I'm happy that I've got now big gauntlet arm, big gauntlet hands.
yeah.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, they're probably comically large. Okay. What else for these people?
What kind of? Do they have any potions on them?
No, they had 3 magical items.
Okay, I didn't know if that was me like a I didn't know if like consumable
No,
magic
no.
was. Okay, okay. How long are you gonna be in town for?
Oh, probably just a day or 2.
Okay, so like we can go like deal with Ornath or whatever and come back if we need to.
Mhm.
Okay, because I feel like there's probably like no one behind us, but like I don't want to be rude. Like at this point, I'm like with my gloves,
You
so
got
my
what you needed.
gauntlets.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
run off and play for a while. I'm gonna go pick up rocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up like slightly larger rocks than I am.
You're gonna go arm
And then-
wrestle the ogres.
No, I'm not, because that's rude.
While Morty's out picking up rocks, we're gonna take like a 5-minute break. We'll
Yeah.
come back and then see what other shenanigans we get into in the last episode of In the Red for the year. This will be the last one. We
Alright.
might do some kind of like fun stuff next week for like Jackbox or whatever, but this will be the last game session of the year. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break. We'll be back by like 8:53 ish, and we'll see you then. And we're back. You guys just dealt with the merchants. Morty went out to pick up heavy rocks. He successfully picked up many heavy rocks
And set him back down.
and set them back down.
What do they look like? What do these knuckly gauntlets look like?
They look like big leather and brass. Like all the fittings are brass.
Okay.
With like a thick. It's barely. I hesitate to call it leather. It's more like still hide. That's connected by these fittings. They're not attractive to look at, but they make you feel real buff.
That's all you can ask for.
The brass fittings are like obnoxiously large relative to the like.
It's like goofy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like I've got like big shoes on. But it's like big gloves.
Right, but like the hide is not extra big because the hide fits to you, and the brass fittings do not.
I'm like,
so
ooh, this is really good, and it's like, boop.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make an extra concerted effort not to swing doors open too quickly.
Please and thank you. Yeah.
I don't want to establish a tab for me just
Breaking
accidentally
doors everywhere.
busting doors open. What do you think that like picking up and putting down rocks is about? It's just to gather the
to understand
to
exactly
gauge.
how strong you are now. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't go, I'm home, and then like I'm just like I got like the handle and the door just all
The
in
door's
one.
in the basement now. Like what? The...
There's another dead dude in the basement because he got in the way of my door
Mhm.
swing.
Speaking of wooden yards, let's go check on Erin.
Sure, yeah. She's in her shop making. She like is taking some time to make some like fine furniture, as is her like master craft skill. Despite the fact that she very rarely gets to make like high quality furniture. Yeah. She says, "Hi, how's it going?"
We killed a dragon!
I'm sorry. What? You said
We
what?
killed it. I look at the other guys, I'm like, right? That's what we did, right?
Yeah.
I whisper and go, "You're doing great."
Oh! But don't tell anyone.
No. I said, no. You're doing great. Keep going.
She says, "Oh, I didn't expect that you were serious because that's quite the feat. I'm actually quite impressed."
We have feet.
Yep.
Oh, no, don't do that. You can't do that on Twitch. No, you can't. You literally can't do that on Twitch.
Why not?
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Yes, no,
It's
seriously.
part of the band stuff. It's against TOC.
That's awful.
We
Yeah,
did. It's all right.
Don't
it's
put
okay.
your feet on
hopefully.
screen.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I
Wait,
know. That's why I yelled at you.
There's a
Um,
context. What the hell?
Yeah. Well.
So,
We'll be fine.
Hi, Aaron. How are you doing?
Hey.
I'm well. My in-laws finally left town, thankfully. You sent them off on a mission, and it was exciting. It was nice to have them here, but as is the case with most other gatherings, both funerary and holiday based, it's great to see them leave. How are you all?
Have you seen them
Wait.
since? Or I mean,
Wait, did we know that she was married?
You knew that she had some kind of like romantic.
We knew she had a
relation.
romantic relationship. She just implied that she was married, though.
don't know
I
if
mean,
it
the
was
implication
implied.
is there. I mean, like
I think she
In-laws is a
explicitly-
pretty
I think
aggressive
she-
implication.
they.
I think that's so aggressive that it's explicitly.
Right.
said.
I mean, the nature of like if there was a formal like marriage contract is essentially irrelevant, but like they had a strong enough like relationship that they considered each other whatever.
Right.
You know,
exactly
um,
significant.
she recognizes them as her in-laws regardless of like if the empire has documentation or whatever.
Yeah.
You've gotten a
Great.
distinct impression over time that they've been together like 10 to 15 years.
So, on the note
Wow.
of the bows +1, Aaron would not be able to do that? Is Aaron not that type of woodworker?
You know, no, frankly, she's just not like she makes furniture. She can make really nice furniture that could super be the foundation of a magical piece of furniture. If you wanted for some reason some kind of magical furniture, you'd have to find
We
a different,
do.
Plus,
We
you'd have to find
need
a
that.
different spellcaster.
We need +1, a +1 comfort, or we can make a magic carpet, but it's just it's just a couch.
or
It's just a couch.
Just
it
a-
just
just a-
flies.
just a flying tabletop.
A +1 bar stool. Slayer's right.
Yeah.
Just when you're ready to hit somebody over the head, you just get +1. It doesn't break. Just bounces, and it leaves really
Yeah,
bad
you know,
no,
I
noises.
would,
it's +1 bar stool where when they like pass out with Mary Macy's and Gerald, that they just take them out with, like the stool takes them out.
Yeah.
It's got many uses. These
Mm-hmm.
+1 bar stools.
I mean, not many uses implies a +2 or more. But a use would be a +1 bar stool, yeah. So and she frankly doesn't have the magical prowess to do it,
right.
but inherent in magic items is like a level of craftsmanship in the base item that would be required. So she could definitely like make the furniture to enchant. I mean, this is not unheard of, right? There are thrones that are magical throughout D&D. There are wardrobes that are magical throughout book series with wardrobe in the title. There are, I don't know, presumably other pieces of furniture. There's probably a magic kitchen cabinet somewhere.
Did we ever recover all that furniture from the barns?
I'm going to say
our
yes. I'm going to say that over the course of the 3 weeks
The trips.
that you have been going back and forth.
We might be able to get her caravan too. I mean, we've had 3 large, like trailers, literally of hauling crap back and forth.
Yeah.
So, what does she say? She like, oh, this is great stuff, or she go like, thanks for the garbage.
Oh, you were giving her the furniture?
No. The furniture was.
Oh
for the
yeah,
shop.
for our shop.
Yeah,
oh,
we're eventually gonna go talk with Baron and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we wanted to see how Aaron was doing. So I'm
So is
glad
B-
that you're in better spirits now, and hopefully your in-laws will
be good.
be good and bearable for when they come back to you. So have you heard from them at all or no?
They left a note for me to give to you.
Oh.
So we're so sorry.
They said that you'd be interested to know about a Rusalka.
A Rusalka?
Do we?
How do
Is
you
that
spell that?
is that a word or is that a person? Is it a
And a Hathor?
Risulka? How do you spell that?
Let's go and check out the note.
Rusalka.
Rusalka and
Hathor, Hathor.
can we, as
Yeah.
Spit said, can we just read the note?
You can. It gives you the names of things and general coordinates based off of the mapping that they are familiar with, and I will update your map accordingly for next
Thank
time.
you. Neat.
Interesting.
I was really worried the note was gonna say we got injured on our journeys. In that we found
no.
this shrine
No.
and thought that there was a health potion offering.
Oh, I see. No. No, there's just apparently an indication that they have found 2 of these shrines that you have sent them on the mission of.
Oh.
Morty, make an investigation check.
Ooh.
Oh, +0, a nat 20.
Oh, great.
Hmm.
You know that you recognize the name Rusalka from your book, as well as the name Hathor. You can't read the entries for them yet because you haven't developed.
I can't apparently learn comprehend languages because I forgot that you had to be a not cleric to get
Yeah,
this.
clerics don't get comprehend languages. But you recognize the word Rusalka and the word Hathor from the book.
Does it look like discerning it from my book, at least, is it look like entities? Does it look like locations?
So it looks
I know
like
I can't
it
gather
looks like,
too much,
yeah,
but
it looks like entities. There is no photo. There's no like image next to Rusalka, but the image of Hathor shows an old woman kind of carved into a tree.
an
It's
old woman.
an older, yeah, like an old woman's face carved into it, like her face and bust carved into a tree. Yeah.
I really need to get
Nice.
somebody to translate this.
You could always ask the caravan.
Yeah, it's literally where I'm at this point.
I turned to Aaron. I'm like,
someone.
what do these words mean?
Which words?
I turned to Aaron. Like, there's some things that you. Oh, it's from the book.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Oh.
Do I know it? If I showed it to my people, like or my fellow traveling friends, would I be able to show them like, hey, do you guys know what this says? I figured I would have asked this question at least once already, but like, you know, we haven't gotten to the point
To
that
your
we've
party
need-
members or the merchants?
to the party members first.
What languages do you guys speak?
Everyone speaks Draconic.
It's not in Draconic.
Or halfling
Not
I
in
speak
Halfling.
Gnomish.
telepathy.
It's not in Gnomish.
Infernal.
It's not in Infernal.
It's the opposite, I bet.
Right.
Probably deep speech. It's just a bunch of just loud moans.
Yes. It's just a creaking noise. No.
What the hell does the spell
I speak-
tongues do? Hold on.
I speak wolf. Does that?
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Damn. Spit coming after your life. No, you don't.
Wolves. Bark, bark.
I know I can learn things to speak the language, but can't even read it.
It's true.
I'm so nerd.
You've really character built yourself into a corner here.
I'm literally about to next level take Warlock so I can just get some. We gotta read stuff. Oh my god, I'm so mad right now. I'm so impossibly mad.
It's okay, Morty. It's okay.
We'll find someone to teach us to read.
We'll figure it out.
So thank you so much for the.
I will say that
Um,
none of you recognize the script of the language.
Okay.
So,
I'm
like, it is-
gonna speak telepathically to both Spit and Tree. I'm gonna say, do we mention that we're gonna attempt to get the wood service going? I just don't. And like that same thought, and like same thought is, I don't want to make her cry, but I also want to make sure that she understands that we're trying to get her business going again.
And
You guys
like,
can't
while
respond.
Yeah, like while I'm smiling at Aaron, you just see the fins go back and forth. No.
She's like, no, is there something wrong? I don't.
No, I'm just a little itch.
Do we
okay.
+1 bar stools?
Oh my god.
Do I have any +1? I don't even know what that
Magical
means.
furniture.
Why would you need magical fur? No, I don't. I
So
have.
it tucks you in at night. I don't know.
I mean, I guess that might be. I'm not proficient with arcane arts of any kind.
Yeah.
Neither us.
Okay.
It's worth an ask.
It's
What's the
Man
piece
can
that she's
dream.
currently? Well, quick question about what she's working on.
Mhm.
Let's
She's working
really
on some
pretty.
nicer stuff.
Yeah.
Who's it
Does
for?
it? I guess I'm not a. I guess I'm trying to see if there's any emotion within the stuff that she's doing, like how people's emotions will reflect in their work.
And there aren't.
Is anything changing because of the death of her significant other?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh.
I can reroll ones.
Good.
Ooh.
I can't reroll twos though.
Yikes. No.
You get Benny.
I really want to say, well, it looks like you're doing well, and just like leave, but I'm gonna go, huh?
We're not gonna Benny that.
Yeah, I'm gonna Benny it.
Okay.
13.
No.
Not like Nothing obvious.
That's
I guess-
all
tell
right, sure.
me.
So you look at it and it looks like a tabletop, and then like you look at the shape of it and you're like, that's an odd shape for a tabletop. It's very clear that she's making like a coffin to.
No.
That is completely different than a tabletop.
No.
Well, you rolled a 2 first, so yeah.
Hey, you nice tape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
You had a
Um,
pretty.
I've got
a
a bad cold.
No, you've got. It sounds like you've got a pretty tough coffin there.
Oh, you say it?
No, I don't. But you know,
She like chuckles a little. She's like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very stiff joke that he's got
Yeah.
there.
I
Yeah.
hate both of you
Yeah.
so much.
Ah.
I'm so mad at everything and everyone right
let's
now.
stop beating a dead horse.
Don't talk.
The jokes are just too underground.
Oh,
for it
no!
to happen.
That's beneath us.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. We need to get this.
Let's reel it
this-
back in.
We need to get this session alive again, otherwise.
Yes. Yes.
We'll
killing
lose-
me.
we'll
You're
lose
No, thank you
viewers
so
here.
much,
me.
Aaron. What you're
Um,
working on looks really beautiful. And
it
thank
does.
you.
It looks very nice.
Oh, yeah. So
That is an observation. That's not her saying, yes, I know it looks very nice.
Oh,
That is
yeah,
an
yeah.
observation you are making that it does, in fact, look
It
very
does
nice.
indeed look really nice. So,
If there's anything we can do, let
Yeah.
us know. We want to help as much as we can.
I appreciate that.
yeah.
Slayer.
Observation.
joining
We know. We're not saying that aloud.
Oh, yeah. And then also, I tell Aaron, I'm like, by the way, the thing I came in yelling out, that was a joke.
in. What did you come in yelling out?
Exactly.
Doesn't
All right,
that-
So,
fair enough.
so
What
let's
up?
now go check on Baron.
Wait,
No?
Baron? What about?
We have
No.
everyone to check on.
Yeah, we
We
have
actually have
everyone.
Is
Okay, I
Baron
guess-
still there?
Yeah, I guess.
Is Baron
Has
still
Baron
around?
been
Has he been
stolen?
kidnapped
let's
again?
let's just
Yeah.
go back to the house restaurant.
Which is where we
thing.
put all of the tables and chairs,
Yeah.
assuming
Yes.
Baron helped us unload.
Mhm.
How's he doing?
He is not upstairs.
Is he downstairs?
Make a perception check.
Oh
real
my
quick,
god, is
Dimitri.
he underneath Big Mar, just literally mouth open under the faucet?
I hope he is.
At least I've got
Like
Have
a
advantage.
12-year-old and a Coke flavored slushy.
that's
Have
a
advantage.
13, sadly, even though it's a +5.
Have advantage. I'm helping you.
Oh, you're helping me?
Mhm.
It's still a 13.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's in the. Something looks strange for a second, but it's a weird shadow down here because it's dark, and you guys haven't installed lighting.
I can see in the dark.
Sure, but yeah, Baron is in the basement, like doing like a fine detail job on the Big Mar, potion fountain. Like he's deep cleaning Big Mar at this point. This is This seems like it's probably important, so we should probably take care of it. Oh, you're back.
You're-
You didn't
you're
get
right.
killed by a dragon.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Was he saying that aloud and then he notices us? He's like, you know what? This seems important. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And then he says, oh, hey. Hi. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
What a great guy. What a hard worker.
This is, I try.
Can we look at the statue a little bit closer?
Sure. Yeah, it looks like a big wine carafe with arms. It's
Oh my
like
god, is it like his belly is the
it is.
the-
It is essentially the Kool-Aid Man of this world, but it's not
Yeah.
Kool-Aid pitcher shaped. It's like juice carafe shaped to
Yes.
avoid any concerns about copyright issues.
Unless you're Kool-Aid and you want the hashtag sponsor us.
I mean, we could work that out.
But I thought he was giving like the finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see like this, doing this.
He's got finger guns up, like
And then that's
the
where the-
finger
that's
is
where the
what
liquid's
pours
coming
the
out.
liquid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So how are you doing, Baron? How's the shoulder?
The shoulder feels pretty great. I
Still
feel like
hot.
I feel like it's pretty close to fully mended here.
Nice.
Um,
Roscoe's been taking good care of you.
Roscoe, my understanding is Roscoe takes good care of everybody. I just cleaned up Big Mar here. I think
Sales going.
Sales are going pretty well. He says, "Follow me," and he heads over to like the other side of the basement, and like stomps his heel on the ground a couple of times, and you watch as like one of the floorboards pops, and he like pries the floorboard up and tosses you a modest sack of gems, or a sack of coins.
No, like gem? No, we want
Coins.
gems.
It's got like 80 gold in it.
Nice.
So it's been pretty hopping.
Nice.
So-
awesome.
So
How much-
these magical shoes that he has,
What?
because he took the magical shoes
Yeah.
that fit him perfectly.
Oh yeah, no. This is just like a loose floorboard he has put into the floor.
That would be pretty cool though. It just like whenever he touched, like, boof, and like 80 gold just shoots up out of nowhere. We've been needing those.
No, this is like this is like a hiding spot he has
Exactly.
conceived
No, I
of
like that trick.
in the floor. In lieu of like a big safe that you got, he doesn't know, he can't make a safe.
I guess I earnestly asked you, like, hey, did you keep any for yourself? Like not like accusatory.
I don't
But, like,
remember if
asking-
you agreed on if he got a cut or not.
I know that he took the boots in lieu of stuff.
No, he took
A
the
while
boots because
back.
none of you wanted the boots.
No. No. That was not the case
No.
there. Because we wouldn't have just given it. He was like, I'm just gonna take this
'Cause-
shit. Like,
Because he was gonna take all of the magical armor, and I was like, no, I get the studded leather armor because I need +1 to my armor class.
so
And
I
he
just want to keep an employee happy.
Sure.
There was a salary, and I have
Yeah.
to find the notes for
And
it.
he indicates that he has taken like what his salary is,
Yeah.
in terms of like cost of living and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, and I'll say this kind of, I guess I said this kind of metagame of giving him extra,
Yeah. Exactly.
being like,
No,
hey,
totally.
like,
Be
you know,
hey,
you're
boom.
awesome. We appreciate what you're doing. You're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
So whatever, I guess proportionally speaking, whatever our salary was agreed on, giving him a little bit more is cool by me.
Okay.
Agreed. Just really quick. I know that. How long were we gone? We were gone for a bit.
like,
You went back and forth
quite a
like
few
3 or
weeks.
4 times.
Almost like a
so-
Yeah,
month?
but like Morty touched the meat each time.
Oh yeah. The meat is still in good shape. There is considerably less of it.
I was gonna say how much less
We
percentage?
need
There's-
to do.
There's probably like 90 pounds left
Okay.
of initially probably 600.
Yeah.
Like-
Exactly.
That's honestly not bad.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of meat, and he's sold quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
You need to
like
find
a lot
meat.
of that is like he has to like carve the fat and stuff. So like he's been like
Exactly.
trimming it down. So like,
Baron.
not all of it's useful, but
Yep.
Baron, we
well,
have a
I mean, not
serious
with that
question, though.
attitude, because what we
I mean
could
not
do
all
is
of
we
it's
could take,
useful
like,
for burgers, right? Like he's been feeding
correct,
the
but we
wolves
could like
and, like,
render
that's-
some of the fat into
Sure.
chimera oil. We can take the bones, which I'm sure weigh a bit, and
Yeah,
make
the
soups out of
strangest
them.
essential oil I have ever heard of, chimera oil.
Hey,
Uh,
well, we've. Have you heard of thick water?
I'm sorry, what?
Don't worry.
I
don't-
heard,
don't-
I
don't
heard what
worry
you heard what I
about it.
said.
Thick, thick water?
Yes, it's
Um,
just in case people can't drink water, but it's okay. I have a question for you, Baron. While you were while you were in your previous profession,
Mhm.
were there any other creatures that you know of? Considering we have been in an exotic, we're kind of pigeonholed in an exotic meat seller at the moment. That you think we
I
can get
mean-
our next
I
big
mean-
score from?
I mean, no, we really just only dealt with the chimera, but also like you can just lie. You know that, right? Like,
No, but we want to prevent lying as best as possible.
Okay, no, I don't know of other exotic beasts that we could derive meat from. Off the top of my head, I just don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I guess we
know
really
when
didn't say like
left,
we were only chimera meat thing. We were like, or just a meat vendor, a sandwich vendor of
Sandwich place.
sorts?
I mean, it was.
I
a
got the
selling
impression that like the selling point of like the grand opening was chimera meat, but like
Yeah.
other than that, you make sandwiches based off whatever you have.
Exactly. I know when we left, we were just sort of like, hey, if you find anyone in town that might be able to help out with things, any like folks that might be able to give you an extra hand and stuff like that to help make things easier for you, you think?
I actually sent word to my cousin, Veruca. She has arrived and has been helping out.
That's awesome. Where is she? I'd love to meet her.
She's upstairs in the upstairs, not.
I'm glad we
The
went
entry-level
downstairs
upstairs.
first instead of going upstairs and caused Brian to need to open up roll 20.
And Nick, another
There's a
level
woman.
of our...
There's a woman in our shop. Murder her. He says, no, she's up doing. She's reading. She's reading up on good business tactics.
Oh, that's awesome.
business and you.
Right.
And so, very much similar, very much similar to when we first met Marin. I like put my hand on his arm and I like dilate my eyes and be like, if she were level, what level would you say she was?
What?
Okay, it's okay. And I go and I scamper up the stairs.
Make a
I-
make a perception
talent
check.
check.
Make a perception check.
Perception. 13 total.
As your eyes like dilate and get bigger, you watch as his eyes dilate and get like they shift in color just a little bit as he feels endeared to you, and also disappointed he doesn't know how to correctly answer your question.
It's okay. I squeeze his arm before heading out and I like scamper up the stairs happily.
I deadpan look at him and go, I understand that you're able to protect yourself in ways and shapes and forms, and I indicate the whole like, and I make the sound effects too of him like flamethrowing someone.
Yeah. Flaming hands. Got it.
And he goes, and I say, can she do that too?
No, not to my knowledge.
Could you let us know if anything develops?
If I find out that she can, I'll be sure to bring it to your attention. But
Cool, I appreciate that. And I give him one of these.
I
Followed by
yell
one of
down the
these.
stairs.
And
I'm
then maybe
like,
one of these
"Cousin,
again.
he gives you one of these because Big Mar is like his guy now.
Shit. He hit me with a
Exactly.
double. Oh man,
Yeah.
I hit him with 3 singles and hit him with a double.
It's true.
It's superior. I like poke my head down. I'm like, cousin on your mother's or your father's side, or metaphorical.
My mother's side.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any other family members that are...
Not that I'm in contact with.
Is she younger or older than you?
We were born on the same day.
Are you twins?
We're cousins.
Cousins. No.
I don't. That's not how twins work. But I suppose in a non-literal way, we could be considered twins of a sort.
There's
That was so wrong. Oh man.
totally.
Oh no. Oh god.
We're cousins.
Yeah. Just birthday buddies.
Alabama cousins.
No,
You can't say that. We don't know who our audience is.
no.
Unless you are, which is great.
Just cousins who happen to live in Alabama. That's all. Yeah, who knows about that? No, we're just cousins.
Oh, that was a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that was a real good
Oh
one.
no!
That was a hoot and a half.
This is just hold on. Let's answer this issue right off the bat. And he starts to head upstairs and he says, Veruca,
Yes,
do
Veruca.
you have any magical powers, abilities, or other martial prowesses we should be aware of when considering your employment here in these guys' sandwich shop? And she says, no, I don't think so. I don't really. No, I'm just a person trying to brush up on business skills. Okay, thank you. No, she's got nothing. No, like burning hands or anything to worry about.
Hmm.
Wait, no, we want people that if she does have that, that's dope.
She doesn't at the moment. I mean, maybe.
I actually asked him, did a stressful situation cause him to be able to, did a stressful situation cause him the capacity to cast magic, or has he always been an innate with that? And I like look at him and go like, because there was an extreme circumstance where the first time we saw you cast magic was, was you were hanging upside down, and the next thing you know, it was kind of a feeling of an emotional
Yeah.
thing that made it happen.
He ponders it. He says, "Let me think about that for a second. Make an investigation check."
11.
He says, "I guess like in a way, but it's not really. I don't know. I'm in control if that's what your concern is, Morty."
Yeah.
No. I was wondering
So
if it sparked your abilities to
I
cast
mean,
magic.
If I recall correctly, y'all, I mean, you were with your organization for a while, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and from what I remember I remember calling them a clan, and I royally messed up there. But like that whole group, a lot of them had some kind of fire proficiency of sorts, just by virtue of kind of having been with the organization a bit. If I'm interpreting that properly.
Yeah. I think that's probably an apt assessment. There was a lot of like drinking potuses and those kinds of things. My understanding is that Kerstro Engen had some of his own impact into both the environment and the meals we undertook in the organization.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think that has much to do with it.
Okay.
No, we just just have
You just
certain.
have it. When you have it, you have it.
When I have it, I have it. It's we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Baron, like this gold that you got is really awesome. Would you be able to use this and say hire some folks to gather meat for us?
Like a civil service.
Like hunters? I mean, probably.
Like hunters,
It's not going to be
yeah.
like exotic chimera meat, but they could probably find like stags and whatnot. I don't know.
Are
Maybe
you
some bears.
Oh, I mean, like, no, I don't.
We're
know
not
if
trying
we
to
wanna-
populate the area
Yeah.
of things. We want to naturally remove populations.
I mean, with 80 gold, we could like do pretty substantial work in terms of finding a few salaried people. It wouldn't even take 80. For 10 gold, we could find 10 gold a month. We could find 5 or so people that are regularly.
How do we feel about
Hunting
letting this
force.
business kind of like keep the gold for a while and like let him use discretion as to where this should be spent?
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
think
so it's like out of sight, out of mind, and like kind of
It's
like when
its
you do
own
any other
engine,
yeah, like we do our own video game, and it's like 3 years later we come back, he's like, oh, here's like 4.2 million gold, and you're like, oh,
like a
awesome,
Futurama situation,
thanks, yeah. It's
Well,
like,
I think. So I turned to Baron. I'm like, I think it's awesome that you were able to get in contact with Veruca, and I mean, if you know of anyone else who might be able to do the same, I mean, I think if I remember when we were headed out a while back, you kind of looked like you wanted a little bit of adventure again. And I mean, we're sticking around for a bit, but I mean, it would be really cool if we can get the shop to a place where, Veruca might be able to do some of the things that you do.
If I'm honest, I was generally concerned that you were not going to be as successful in your encounter with the dragon as
We
you
were
were.
too.
You were
And,
banking on us just dying.
I wanted to go to help out because frankly, this is the sweetest deal I've ever had. So I don't want this to go away.
Yeah.
And if it does, it may as well take me too. So yeah, I was just mostly going to try to make sure that you survived, but it looks like you did. I mean, he like pokes you to make sure he doesn't poke through you, and he's like, "Yeah, looks all
Can I
good."
cast-
So
Oh, darn it. I was gonna, like, before he successfully made contact, I wanted to cast Mirror Image.
that would have been a very, very mean-spirited thing to do, Spit.
Oh no! I mean, look what I can do!
And we hear Glamour laughing from a distance.
That's what I want!
This is. I'll keep an eye out. Veruca's got a good head. I don't think it's going to be an issue. She's a better cook than I am, frankly.
Really?
But as we've decided, she's not, the most capable of defending herself if things went poorly.
Yeah.
But I think you've got enough kind of notoriety in town that, like, if things went poorly, that the town would come in and support you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you are able to take some of that gold and, build up,
You
say,
and
a
Veruca.
workforce,
Mhm.
be it, guards here, hunters going out and grabbing food, things of that nature,
Workers, cooks,
Interesting, yeah.
servers. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, one of the things too, I mean, that's awesome about Veruca, and especially if she's a nice cook. I mean, maybe if she'd be up for it, we could kind of all watch how she does her thing, and we could kind of have a little celebratory welcome meal. Because I mean, we weren't around. If she's been around for a while, you say she's just arrived, but I mean, a proper kind of welcoming, I think, is in order to be able to celebrate her arrival.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I think she'd
Yeah.
be very endeared by that.
Yeah.
Did you want me to send out invitations to any other pertinent people, or just the
All
five
of
of
the
us?
pertinent people.
I
Or Nat.
actually. Well, I mean, first, I think just sort of a soft welcoming. I mean, she's your family, and and we wouldn't want to step on that. And I mean, it is sort of in the context of the business, so just sort of like a welcoming and a thank you for wanting to be a part of this.
Mhm.
And then if she feel like listening, we haven't gone upstairs yet, so I haven't met her yet. But like listening, she didn't sound like very outspoken and whatnot. I wouldn't want to spook her with like a gigantic celebration
Sure,
straight off
yeah.
the bat. I just want to be able to thank her personally for coming by, helping out, and being interested in Jess.
Okay.
And then if we want to be like do a bigger shebang and whatnot, if that's something up both your alley, yeah, we could kind of have a party. I don't know if it could fit in here.
Yeah, this is more of a grab and go stop than
Exactly. But like if we want to go over to Macy's and Gerald,
Mm.
like introduce her to them and
Is
see
getting,
if it may warrant a everything all right.
I was thinking that we could do like an outdoor thing, but it's getting too cold for that.
Yeah, I guess what time? What part of the year is it now?
It's pretty comparable to the current season, so it's kind of like mid to late autumn.
Crap out. Okay.
It is pretty far north. Like I said, like the rain wall is a little bit north and east of you, and rain wall is where permafrost sets in. So you are definitely in kind of a northern
Colder.
climate here, but you are not like on the north coast by any means. So
Right.
it is chilly, and there is a substantial and pretty aggressive winter, but it's not like a subarctic environment or anything.
So Rainwall is in
Northeast.
between us and Goldhome.
No, so Rainwall is like the next like city state, right? So like Winds Hollow and Goldholm are within like the Bell region,
Yeah.
and then Wind Hollow is Rainwall is the
Rainwall.
capital of like the Rainwall region,
Okay.
to the
Yeah,
northwest,
it's the
which
bell
is
of that place.
yeah, which is just north of the imperial seat of Vol. And Vol kind of claims dominion over the whole continent, but like really its authority has been limited to the marshes to the east, with like
You like those places.
a few bands that like a military force that makes like general patrols and is kind of like tolerated by people kind of all around, but doesn't really have the authority it used to. Anybody
Can we
else?
go upstairs?
Oh yeah, you can go upstairs. Veruca
Awesome.
is sitting reading a book.
Yeah. And I go, hi, Veruca. I'm Spiat.
Hello, Spit. Nice to meet you.
We.
Hi.
Oh,
You
yeah.
must be
all of
Morty
us.
and Dimitri and Kiv is not here.
We won't talk about that. It's fine.
Oh no! Did something terrible happen to Kiv?
No.
No, not something terrible. Kiv's taking care of things over at the tower, actually.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And but he's okay, and we'll pay visits every now and then to see how everything's going.
Wonderful.
Wait, did she say where she's from again?
She is from Vol. She's from the Empire.
So, I mean, I wanna. Baron told us about you, and we're just really glad to have you here. And I like run up and I like hug her leg.
She is a little bit overwhelmed and like pats you on the head. She
Yeah. And I like
says,
go.
thank
and,
you. I feel very welcomed.
Yeah, my fins like flicker a bit after the pats, and then and I just nod and I scamper back. No, but thank you. We were just talking with Baron about potentially putting together just sort of a celebratory welcome meal, just all of us together to, welcome you here officially, because I know we weren't around when you had just arrived, and we want to pay you a proper welcome.
Oh, what a lovely thought. That would be very kind of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, is there anything you wish me to
Yep.
do immediately? I am, after all, in your employ.
Well, I mean, Baron, we just were talking with Baron about potentially finding other people to kind of help with our supply chain, so to speak, in terms of finding hunters to be able to make sure that we continue to properly have meat, finding people who I know we're more of a grab and go place, but maybe just so that eventually it's not just the two of you doing all of the front of house type stuff as well,
Sure,
like if
yeah.
they're cashiers or workers. Baron was mentioning, or we were talking with Baron potentially about having just, depending on the nature of the situation, having folks to be guards and whatnot. Just sort of general help for the store to make sure that it's safe and that we're able to keep it running and keep customers happy.
Oh, I think that would be. That's a lovely idea. Baron is quite skilled at negotiations. I think he's the absolute right person for that task. Finding people to assist. He's quite skilled.
Nice. Well, then I guess sort of in the other way too. It sounds like people have really been taking to the sandwich shop that's here. I mean, we look at the meat. Is the meat in this area upstairs? I forget.
The meat is downstairs.
Downstairs. Okay.
With Big Mar. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says,
and a good
yeah,
amount of it is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, we're I would say we're running low. In fact.
Yeah.
It seems to be going very well. Congratulations.
Awesome. But like, I know that getting like the hunting operation might take a little bit, and we're always keeping an eye out too for new and interesting meat. But if we end up kind of running out of the chimera meat because of its popularity, we just want people to still continue to remember us as like a fast and easy place to be able to grab food, to make sure that they still know that Macy's and Gerald's is there if you're looking for something more sit downy and with alcohol as well,
Sure.
so that we could keep up a good relationship with them. But you know, I see that, I peek over, I'm like, you're looking at businessy type stuff, but maybe just marketing us, like being able to effectively market us as even a, a regular sandwich shop, even if we
Well,
like
I
the
have
specials will come every now and then.
I have gone through the liberty of tracking down some. If we run out of meat, I've taken the liberty of tracking down some mushrooms of various sorts as a
What?
non-carnivorous option.
I love that. But just really quick, where did those
Not the
mushrooms?
ones that you were apparently concerned.
Okay.
Baron
Yeah.
has told me that there was an issue with some fungal problems.
Yeah, exactly.
in the
And not the kind
ironwood.
you need a cream form. Yeah.
No. These are just regular portobello style mushrooms that
Ooh.
I found just out, kind of in the nearby. I would hesitate to even call them trees, but hesitate to call them woods, but the tree covering nearby.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for thinking of that and not diving into that stuff.
Mhm.
If you come from Vol, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah. Are you aware of any vendors that may be coming from them that may also have items that could help out with the store?
Gosh, I don't. I haven't been to Vol in quite some time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This is such a new trade route that I don't really know who was even
Yeah.
aware that that it's available. So
Gotcha.
I know that there's some gentlemen here now. If you needed to touch base with some merchants from Vol.
Oh, we ran into them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Well, I mean, I love the idea that you have here for more of like a meatless option for sure.
Well,
I'm sure
just
it'll
until we
definitely
get
cater to
more
them.
meat, I don't think it will
Exactly.
go over very well for very long, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
just to keep something available.
yeah. And I'm sure like you could spin it like it's a totally possible burger or something like that.
A very, very plausible burger. Yes.
Yeah,
Plausible burger.
exactly.
Yee.
So yeah, we just were really thrilled that you're here. We're doing
Thank
some
you.
stuff in town for a while and super excited. Let's definitely have that meal together. I think it would be really nice to,
Of
just
course.
sit down and welcome and
Is
just share time.
is there anything we could do to help you settle in better?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, maybe he overstepped, but Baron really did everything he could to
No,
make me
no, no,
feel
no. And
welcome
like
and at home.
like I say, I like you're
What
part
are
of
you
our family
passionate
now.
about? Yeah.
What
Yeah,
am I?
we're
What
part.
am I?
You're part of our family, and we're
Sure.
part of your family.
What do you like to do for fun?
Yeah. What is there anything we can do to make it so this day and the time you spend here is more enjoyable than what it could be?
She says, honestly, I haven't really had much time for hobbies.
Rolled your oyster.
I'm excited to decide.
Not
I'm
even
excited to
what
find
oysters
out
are.
what I would be interested in. I don't even have like things I do for fun because typically I haven't had fun time. But this life out here in the country seems to be allowing more of that. So I'm excited to see what opportunities downtime comes with, as it were.
Right. What did you do before that took
Oh,
up so much of your
I
time?
was a cook in a restaurant in Val.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That must have been really busy times.
Well, between cooking and cleaning and shopping, and yeah, it was quite time consuming.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Well,
Cool.
we want to make sure you're happy here. So if you ever need time that like for yourself or want to explore stuff,
Mhm.
you don't. I would say you don't even need to let us know. But we just want to make sure you're safe and have fun and enjoy your time here. So if you do want to participate and help out, you're under no binding for like at all. Like just have
That's
fun
that's very
and
kind of
help
you.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, we're really appreciative you're here.
Hmm.
All right. Should we go to
Roscoe?
Roscoe.
Good old
Yeah.
Roscoe.
I don't know. Should you?
Oh. Yo,
Do you want
I
to come with?
No, that's okay.
Oh.
He seems
Okay.
nice, but I want to keep reading this book.
Okay.
All right.
We wave bye, and then we go downstairs. We wave bye to Baron, say we're gonna
I
go. to
excitedly close the door really fast, and at the very, very last second, I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I like close it slower because I'm. It almost smashed the door into a million pieces,
True.
and
And
then
all the
deci-
locks. Don't forget all the locks on
And-
the
and-
door.
And I guess we let Baron know that we're headed out to Roscoe.
Sounds great. I don't think he's in town right now. I think he's at the location.
Alright.
Ooh.
Do we know where the location is?
Yeah, you procured
We
it.
went-
I just want to make sure that like he didn't go like, oh, by the way, we're at a different location now.
How
Oh,
long
no.
has he been gone?
He left this morning. Usually
okay.
he spends 2 to 3 days there at a time.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be back
Then
soon.
we go.
Can we still go to Roscoe's shop? Is there anyone there? How's the Snapdragon looking?
He took it with him to make sure it does not.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
How about your concern? Even though I couldn't even express my own concern for my Snapdragon that I own, you're like, oh, thank goodness.
It looks like me.
It does.
Hey, it's you!
He says, the shop is currently closed. He has been closing it down when he's away, and just kind of like filling orders on his days in town. So I don't think anyone's there to shop with, as it were.
Gotcha. Understood.
I've heard he's been helping out the town quite a bit and like making people like helping out lots of people around town. Is that true?
Roscoe?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the alchemist in town. So if people get sick or injured, that's kind of the only
Yeah.
place to go to. So yeah, he helps out many people in town.
I guess then we go to Mayor Ornath and probably tell him that we killed the dragon.
So I said everyone aside. I'm like, do we tell them that we killed the dragon? Because if they know,
Well, he knew that we were going to
oh,
fight
he
the dragon.
knew that we were gonna kill the dragon, and if we come back, then it implies that we killed the dragon. But
Or decided
Well,
not to fight the dragon.
or decide we need
A story.
no. There's that.
We need a
so
plan.
Here's the bit. Is a plan. If the bandits find out that we killed the dragon,
Then we recruit them.
no, like the engine requires the dragon persona to still exist. That eventually.
Well, we don't know
can-
that. We don't know that because as long as there is money to be
Money
given,
coming in. It's true.
then it does not matter. And we've been given essentially 4 months.
This number keeps growing. It is 2 months.
No,
You left
no,
her with
wait,
a
wait.
single.
Bi-monthly.
no, we
Oh,
gave him.
it
We
was
gave him
2 payments.
It was
Okay.
2 payments.
I was under
It was
the
the one
impression it
that's
was
in the
1
chest.
month.
The one that's curly chest, and
for
then we leave
2 payments.
another
Okay.
one
And then
for the
another.
another set.
All right.
Yeah.
So 4
So
months.
4
yes.
months, as long as money's being delivered, as far as we know, we don't know. As long as money's being delivered, then nothing has changed,
Okay.
right?
So if it
I mean that's I'm saying
right.
right to the 2 small people that have equally done the same stuff that I've done, but like
I mean, like there are potentialities where the whole plan could go tits up, right? Like
Yeah.
oh sure,
someone could go to try to meet the dragon and recognize that that's not,
Right. stealth
Engen, right?
Yep.
Or
Which is a
somebody
bridge
could
we'll have to
go
cross
into
when we
the
get there.
tower and find a giant dragon corpse, which would probably indicate maybe the dragon's,
dragon's
dead.
dead.
But other than that, for all intents and
He's
purposes,
just sleeping.
for all intents and purposes, you have a fairy dragon creating a ruse through Kiv.
Which is all we've asked for.
Mhm.
And I mean, greater still is we've been traveling for the last few weeks out
So
there.
that's what we tell him is the exact truth. We found this fairy dragon he's super cool.
We have gotten it under control for at least 4 months, according to the
Yeah.
ledgers. And we've defeated the dragon. And spit.
Yeah, and Kiv's there, kind of monitoring the situation and making
Is this what you're telling
sure.
Ornath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We walk into, he's barge into his room, just being like, "This is what happened. You're gonna like it."
It's
What
like,
time is it?
Guess what time of the day is it?
It's like late afternoon.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's perfect.
Yeah. It's like
Tea time.
uh-huh. It's
Yeah, so-
late enough that it's like dusk. Like
Gotcha.
it is.
Do we
win-
give
it
him all
is
the
close to
armbands right
winter.
now? Hey, here are all the 30
We ran into a
bajillion
lot. Yeah.
we ran into, and if this isn't helpful, do we give them to him or no?
Well, there's at least definitely the ones that were in the encounters that we had.
Yeah, I guess
so
we
I was
hit
under the
round up,
encounters.
round up to like 45 armbands.
Well, really quick, Ryan. I was under the understanding that the whole like clean up your armbands thing was over the course of time.
So we
Yeah,
wouldn't have
so-
gotten them.
Right. So when we start the next session, you'll have had 2 months of downtime. So like when we
Okay.
start the next
Sure.
session, you'll be able to turn those in for gold. And I'm not
Gotcha.
particularly picky about whether we like have that transaction before or after.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
But
I don't think
like,
right now is a good time to do it because
Okay.
we need some time to civil service our way through this thing
Sure.
a little bit.
He says,
Yeah.
how did the dragon fight fare?
We're here. Yeah.
Fair
no,
enough.
It went. I mean, it was scary, but we did it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't know. We have a feeling that something bigger is going on, and we're going to keep an eye out for stuff. But at the very least, this entity that was kind of creating like a stress on the area, we were able to go ahead and vanquish it. But here's the trick, though, is that Kiv's back there kind of monitoring and controlling the situation. We ran into this neat little fairy spirit, one that I was convinced existed, and then he existed. So,
That's wonderful.
so yeah, and we did come up with an elaborate plan to make sure that we eventually transition the bandit issue into one that is not as much an issue anymore. And we're really hopeful it'll work, but we're going to also monitor that situation, make sure it's A-okay.
But whatever this bigger thing is still gonna be managed.
That's our plan.
That's our plan.
Excellent.
Yep.
It's
We
wonderful
might
to
need
hear.
we might need to spend some time away from Wind's Hollow for a bit. We actually just stopped by back at the shop with Baron, and did you know that his cousin Veruca had come into town too?
Yeah, I had heard that she had come to help out with the shop.
Yeah, she's super sweet, and we're really excited for her to be on board. And it looks like, as Baron's been able to kind of reach out to her, and maybe the two of them can help make it grow and whatnot. So yeah. What else, guys?
Other things, we're gonna spend some time away from town, likely, as Spit
Yeah.
has stated.
Yeah.
Is it? We are also aware that, you know, besides the things that we've dealt with, that this is a logging town. Have you set your sight on anything, any prospects that we could potentially chase to get you back on the map for that purpose? Because we want to better facilitate you and your town to be, more profitable and more I don't say hospitable is not the right word, but like more inviting
wanna
to
open up
people and
trade.
trade.
I
Is
mean-
there?
I mean, the benefit of the ironwood is that there is ironwood in it.
Yeah.
And so that is where we did most of our logging because it was the most valuable. It's not the entire forest isn't ironwood, but there are patches throughout that are beneficial. I don't know to what degree you all are ready, prepared, or desire to deal with whatever happens to be threatening that region. But obviously, securing the safety of the Ironwood would be a huge boon to reestablishing the lumber trade here in Winds Hollow. It also happens to be the nearest forest. The other forests are twice as far or further to get to. So, in terms of the lumber trade, that's kind of the only sustainable approach.
Yeah. And I also know that you mentioned a while back that you haven't heard from Goldholm in quite a number of time. So we were also potentially going to look into seeing how that village or town is doing, and if there may be anything that they need. I mean, in terms of kind of in your time here with town, how were the relationships between Winds Hollow and Goldholm? Would it be good for us to go over there and try to help them out too, or would you not recommend that we head that direction?
I mean, I don't have advice for you regarding that. There wasn't a contentious relationship with them at
Okay.
all. Both of us did trade through the capital.
Yep.
And we have not heard from them since before the capital fell. So, that's the last time we heard from them is when the capital fell. So I don't know the current condition of Goldholm.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a rivalry between Winds Hollow and Goldholm, like your soccer teams didn't.
No, not we don't. I mean,
Soccer teams.
There's like a friendly commerce-based rivalry at times, but it's always, it at least had always been in good humor.
And likely mutually beneficial, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're not another logging town. They're a mining town, so they have a chiefly different role in the economy.
Cool. How's Bluebeard and the workers?
The workers are good. Bluebeard has been he's grown some sort of illness that can't really he's very sullen. Perhaps not an illness, he's just very sullen. He refuses to talk. Generally just lays in his cot most of the days.
We should go talk to him.
Yeah, there's this. I mean, you've had this holding area down in your abode. Have there been people that have been held there before we brought these folks over?
Not in some time. I mean, it's been several years since we've used the cells.
Yeah, I mean, in that time way ago, did anyone befall a similar type of illness or situation?
No, not that I can recall. No.
Gotcha. So this is something that's unique.
I think he's just being a poor sport for being captured.
That's a good point.
Such is the nature of
Was
attempting
Bluebeard
murder.
magically inclined?
No, he was not. We checked that, and I used a Benny for it.
Okay. So why don't we go figure it out? Maybe it's time for him to become part of the not leader of the civil service, but because we don't want to give him leadership of bandits. Let's figure out what we can make him.
All right,
Are
let's
you
go
gonna
down.
head down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we go ahead and chat with them? Let's chat with them. All right.
Ornath leads the way, and he heads downstairs, and he says, "Bluebeard, perhaps you would like to be more agreeable when talking to the individuals that were responsible for your capture in the first place."
I look at him like, you don't need to say that.
Bluebeard kind of sits up, and he says, "What can I do for you?"
You don't like being here, right? Is that fair to say in the obvious statement?
I'm indifferent to being here.
I'm not even gonna insight that. I'm gonna call baloney.
Make an insight check.
Crud, I didn't want to. I just call him baloney. 18.
He seems to be pretty straightforward about it.
Ah.
Why are you so okay being here then?
So would you you were hired help, and I mean we were the target of that hired help, and I mean we're not gonna sit here and say
Was
that
hired help.
that we appreciated that situation, but we understand the circumstances that you were in. If you were to be, if we were to hire your help, would that be something that you would be open to?
I'm indifferent to whether I work for you or not.
Okay.
God, you are just.
Do you have any family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, sorry.
Like, what inspires you?
Yeah, what did you do before you went to kill us?
This is like frustrating.
Yeah.
Give us something, man.
Very little inspires me.
Yeah.
Like, what is your name actually? Bluebeard?
My understanding is a name is what people call you, so
What is the
That's
name that
what
you
you wish to
want to
call
be
me.
called?
I'm indifferent. Bluebeard is
Yes!
substantial. Sufficient.
I'm so upset at you right now.
How
Do you
wide are
like...
the bars?
Oh, good.
How wide are the bars and the space between the bars?
Like 4 or 5 inches.
Like, what? Do you want to be called something else? Like,
I'm
I
indifferent
don't
to
know
what
if
you call
calling
me.
God, you're so awful.
No.
No wonder you went to becoming a mercenary.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
I want to cast spells on him, I think. Hold on.
What spell would you like to cast?
I want to change what I want the name of the spell to be actually what it is versus what it does.
What?
Beacon
What
of
are you gonna
Hope. But like
Oh.
the purpose of Beacon of Hope is for healing. But I was hoping like that it would inspire something out of him. And I don't know if I can bend the rules that much for a 3rd level spell. Granted, we're in town, so I will probably get a like. That's the kind of willingness I am to like get at least some sort of reaction out of him. That's beyond. I really don't care. Like, can we get him off the antidepressants and like, like just see who he really is?
Is that the course of action you'd like to take?
I mean, Beacon of Hope. I'm asking you. Beacon of Hope is not what it does. But like,
I mean, it bestows hope and vitality. I mean, if
there was a spell, that's the spell.
right. I mean, if the reason he is so kind of beige about everything is because of a lack of hope or a lack of vitality, it will help.
I'll cast a spell,
Okay.
and I'll include him in that.
Oh, okay.
Let's say,
I feel hopeful too.
yeah, everyone in here, everyone in this dark, dank, dreary dungeon feels better about themselves.
He looks at you and his eyes narrow. He says, I tried to
like
kill
this.
you once. Why are you here?
We want to give you another chance, not to kill us.
I look at you and kind of give you one of those high fives, like, yeah, he's right. And it's like, you were hired to kill us. The thing is you were unsuccessful. You got paid. It happens.
But we took his money.
Shut
Right,
up.
But
You took my
we want
money
to give
and
you-
I am at risk now for failing my
Yeah.
task.
Yeah, we
You're
want to at risk.
you're safe now. Safer now.
Yeah,
was paid.
like you could be safe under my.
How much were you paid?
No, I don't like to talk about money.
I think this is the time to talk about money, actually.
I was paid 300 gold.
Okay,
Oh,
great. Did you receive the gold?
I did.
Great.
and then you received it.
Oh. So how about this? How about we give you the opportunity to, instead of try to kill us, and I look at you guys, I look at Dimitri, and I look at Spit like, am I doing well so far?
You go. I nod.
How about you try to earn it back?
What? And if this Ornath comes down, he says,
No,
"This might
wait,
be your
please,
only.
please.
This might be your only chance to get out of this cell, Bluebeard."
Yeah.
Well, I don't really, I really would prefer him to actually not even saying that.
Oh,
Like,
but
I-
Ornath
he-
does.
I know he came down and
did,
said it,
Yeah.
but I would prefer him to be like, hey, I say I appreciate it, but we want to give him an option.
Mhm.
Where and then I bluntly state, it's either come out or stay in the cell, and it's gonna be through the opportunity we give him.
At that, Bluebeard looks to you and says, "I'm indifferent about what you decide to do, whether I stay."
Oh,
in the
you're
cell."
such the almost worst person ever! And I say, you know what? I understand. No, I don't. I can't feel for you.
I'd like to
But-
cast.
But unless
Oh, you-
unless it's, go ahead.
I'd like to cast Charm Person.
Yeah. Knew that one was
Keeping in
coming.
mind that he has advantage on Wisdom saving throws because of Beacon of Hope.
Oh gosh, darn it! Really?
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
What's your save DC?
It's not great. That's why I'm sort of like, oh, I don't know if advantage is going to be a thing.
Who cares?
I do, because he'll know that I tried to cast Charm Person.
Well, he'll probably be indifferent about it anyway.
That's a good point, actually. All right.
What's
Spell
your spell
save.
save DC?
It's a roll, isn't it? No, it's
No.
not.
He's got to roll against
He
it.
rolls against you.
Oh, it's based off my ends, which is stupid. It's 8 plus intelligence plus
Your proficiency.
Proficiency.
10.
14. Oh.
He says, "I'm indifferent to the fact that you just cast Charm Person on me."
Like, why? Who? I'm like, as a player, I'm at a loss for words how indifferent this character is to being stuck in a dungeon.
Dimitri, you've got those cards, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Let's play a game.
Morty, make a
Right.
medicine check.
Medicine?
Morty, yeah.
25.
He looks kind of pale, but
He's anemic.
Can you come here?
Goodberry.
what?
Can you come here, indifferent one? Come here.
Is that what you'd like me to do?
I'm asking you to do it. You don't. If you don't
Then
want to do
surely-
it, you don't need to.
If that's what you'd like me to do, I'd
I'm
be
gonna
happy
tap
to
him with
comply.
Class Lesser Restoration
What?
because he's poisoned or anything like that. It'll go away.
He says that was a strange warmth.
Yeah. Well, it's what friends do.
Oh, we're friends. That's interesting.
Why is it interesting?
I mean, you're right. I was just saying a word.
I mean,
I
is
thought
it
would be
cause you
polite.
indifference to have friends?
I'm fairly
Morty.
indifferent about friendship. Yeah.
Does someone being friendly or nice to you make you feel better about yourself?
It makes me feel about the same. That's
But
generally.
a little bit better. Can you give me at least a little bit of rationale to continue this conversation?
Is it
Oh
important
no,
to you?
Marty.
It is.
Then I'm indifferent. So yes, if it's important to you, yes, it makes me feel
God,
better.
you're such a dickhead. Ugh.
Brian's having a ball right now.
He's playing with Jake the player, not even
He
playing
is.
with Jake.
That's
the
not
NPC.
true. That is not. I mean, it's
It's
it
100%
looks that
true.
way. It looks that way, but there are 100% narrative reasons for this.
Exactly. No, and
Yeah,
I'm trying.
I'm gonna
to
cast
parse.
dispel I'm gonna just cast dispel magic on him. I'm like going to go
Dispelled
through
now?
all of my stuff
Are
just
we
to get.
Is he truly dispelled now?
Hold on.
Like,
And
will
well, the target is not my beacon.
allies? Oh.
I know.
Oh.
I didn't want you to immediately assume that's the beacon of hope and go, oh, the beacon of hope is the one that's causing the dispel.
Right.
No, I'm looking up specific like spell interactions at the moment.
Oh.
Don't read too much into it. No reason.
Because he's not magically inclined that we found out.
Is he wearing anything different?
He isn't.
Beard's
Stole
still
his
blue.
fucking boots.
So when you cast Dispel Magic, I need a
You-
caster check.
Oh, is it a higher level?
Mhm.
So that's my base plus my proficiency plus my, or is it no proficiency?
It's no proficiency, just your relevant modifier.
19.
Plus 19. Yeah, when you
F
spell,
you, wish spell.
when you cast Dispel Magic, he says, "Look, I 100% plan on killing all of you." And Ornath says, "Whoa, that seems
no,
very
Ornath,
unnecessary."
Arnath, hold on, please,
What?
please.
Mhm.
What just happened?
You seemingly maybe suppressed a spell effect or some kind of effect on the bandit,
Wait a minute.
and they got very angry at you, and then
Does he like start like trying to bend apart the bars or anything?
he's like seething, but he's not trying to like bend the bars apart. Like he
Why are you so mad? It's only game.
he's just, "You're right. I'm sorry.
Wait, at that moment, does it seem like the spell effect came back?
Yes."
What the
Did Ornath make any movements?
No.
Should I perception check on that one?
If you want.
I'm gonna drop my Beacon of Hope
Mhm.
and cast Detect Magic.
It was an 18 on that perception check.
I'm about to like just this is a fight. This is an encounter on its own. I'm gonna be out of
Right.
spell slots by the
You
end of the
don't-
day.
No, nothing. You didn't see anything with Ornath. No.
Well, with him saying that, we should probably keep him in the
Well, yeah. Now that's a lot more okay with that statement. I don't know, maybe even double bar the cell. I don't really care at this point. But I have more questions about Ornath because I know he's magically inclined.
Is he?
Is he?
I thought he said he could identify
Man.
stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I guess he said he could.
And he
get
also
stuff
had the
identified.
capacity. We haven't made a clear declaration about this, but the temperature of this house is off.
Oh yeah, it's right.
Specifically, he said he could get things identified.
Yeah, well, we didn't also see who was the people that were identifying it, so
It's true.
Okay. So
I
you
don't
can
want to.
get
I
it
don't want to be a
back.
jerk about it, but like, the fact that this dude's like, "I'm gonna murder the boots off of you," and it's like, yikes.
No, there is not currently any magical.
What's emanating
spell
off
active.
of him?
Um,
Because I mean, the spell magic would have, in my mind, well,
Oh,
is it
true.
a spell?
would have removed every effect or moved that effect. But if it's an area or
Yeah.
if it's not a spell and it's just a suppression, I mean that's whatever. But like, I would assume I can like, gather the information if there's any magical inclination around the area,
Mhm.
which seems like, I guess, if he went from "I'm going to murder your pants off" to okay,
Right.
You're going to concentrate on it?
Yes.
I mean, there does seem to be an enchantment effect.
There's music playing in your background, Brian. It's like.
I'm pretty sure you're hearing things, Morty.
I don't hear
That's
any
me.
music.
My apologies. That is me.
Morty's hearing music in his
Yeah,
head.
I've got a magical effect on me.
There does appear to be an enchantment effect on him.
An enchantment. Does it permeate the room?
No.
And also, and then the following statement is, "I will continue to look directly at Ornath." Is there anything on his persons that's emanating anything magical?
He has like a pin that has some abjuration magic on it.
I know I'm not really capable of doing this, but I'm going to ask for simplicity's sake. Can I focus on an enchantment to see kind of where that's emanating from of a sorts? Or to at least get an idea of if it's a spell or if it's an area of effect?
You get the impression that it is neither.
Is there anything that's on Bluebeard's body that seems to be creating that enchantment effect?
Mm-mm.
No, I'm thinking that this may be kind of that bigger power thing.
What bigger?
Like the thing that the dragon was serving, or like whatever.
Or Eustace Cloudbottom.
Or
he
Eustace.
He is a powerful cleric of an evil deity. So.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah,
true.
I forgot that he is an evil. I thought he was a benefactor for some reason. I would like to say Bluebeard. Well, how is he maintaining that unless he's that?
He could have minions.
Well, that means somebody has to be able to cast a spell on him again.
Or he could be a very strong wizard who has found different ways, or a very strong cleric who has found different ways to cast spells.
So I say to Bluebeard, what's your background?
What's my background?
Yes.
I was born in a town called Sabin's Folly. It's on the far side of Bell, right on the edge of the mountain range, south of the Dwarven City.
Whoa, hold on. Sabin's Folly, which is where Bell?
It's on the far west side of Bell. It's just south of the nearest city is the Dwarven City to the north, Uther. I grew up there, was educated there, learned martial training from some giants, and then they I
you
left.
were pretty wicked with a whip.
Sabin's Folly is a mixed community of giants and small folk. It was originally built by giants, and is to giant scale, but many small folk live within its walls.
And you ended up here. How?
I took a contract from one Eustace Cloudbottom.
Why are you so angry?
Oh, I'm not angry. I'm fairly indifferent right now.
You're fairly indifferent right there, but you also wanted to murder our pants off.
Oh, I'm not sure what came over me. That was perhaps it's just misplaced rage or something.
Do I know how to remove that kind of?
You sure don't.
Even as a cleric, if I know that
you don't know what's causing it, so you don't know how to. You know what I mean? Like you don't know.
I guess I'm asking in the sense that if Eustace is in fact a cleric.
You are fairly certain he has like divine magic abilities. You, Jake, would recognize that as clerical. You,
Okay.
Morty, would recognize that as like powers similar to yours, though probably stronger and more potent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I guess that's okay. Hmm.
I think we gotta leave this be.
So are you? Well, I agree. My question is, do you lack free will?
I don't think I lack free will. I'm just
If you're if
generally
something else is
agreeable.
controlling you, do you lack free will?
I mean, I wouldn't really know how to answer that question. In a hypothetical sense, I suppose I don't know.
If you were not under the contract that you were with Eustace, would you be a civil human being, or I guess dwarf,
If I was not under
humanoid
contract
creature?
with Eustace, would I be civil?
Yes.
I probably. I mean, it would probably just depend on the circumstance. I don't.
You've seen the setting that we're currently in.
That's correct.
Would it inspire you to kill people, or would you go about your day doing normal things around town, figuring out? I guess until I guess.
At current, I would assume that I would just be relatively agreeable. I don't particularly have a preference.
Okay. Okay. Eustace is such a dickhead. He's removing someone's free will.
But we, and I get that, and we can do. I mean, we can do something about it, but let's
Can't do it now.
not right now.
All right. Is there anything else with Ornath?
We need to keep him locked up for the time being.
Ornath agrees.
If there's any significant change in his health, please let us know.
Okay.
But we might be away for a while.
Sure.
So,
Leave the message with Baron.
Baron.
Or, I think I'm okay saying this. If someone is capable, like a caravan, for instance, and his health significantly depletes, then please find him assistance.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
But not at the harm of yourself or your townsfolk.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's agreeable.
It sounds like from what he said that there is something that's controlling him that we are not capable of dealing with yet. And I really emphasize the word yet. We want to help people that are in your town, and clearly this is something that you do not like using.
Mhm.
And we don't want people here as much as you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bluebeard says these are agreeable terms. These are.
And I look at him like, we're not. Like, I look at him like, what?
Right.
Never mind. I spoke.
Does that just sound like something you supposed to say?
It's not
Like
pertinent.
salt for the taste?
It's not pertinent. It's fine.
No. It is pertinent. What did you say? What was
I
the
just said
purpose
that-
of your statement?
I just said that he shouldn't release me if it threatens the town.
And I say, Bluebeard, or whatever you would like to be called, and you have your choice of whatever you want to be called.
Mhm.
I will do my best to make sure you have your own choices and whatever decision you like to make.
Okay.
We'll be back.
At that, I think you probably head back and have a nice meal with your new employee and with Baron. It is quite tasty. Mushrooms are incorporated, and there you sit to consider the next month or two of your adventures, getting things situated here in town and then heading out further beyond. And that will conclude, I guess we'll go ahead and call it this season of In the Red.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very close to not in the red. Congratulations. This will be the last episode of the year. We might, like I said, we might do some stuff next week, just as kind of like an end of the year thing for, maybe we'll do some Jackbox games or something like that.
Character building outside of game.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So come back and join us for that if y'all want.
Maybe we can
other
have
than
audience
that-
participation too.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that too for sure. Other than that, we will meet. We'll have to kind of go over schedules a little bit, but we'll meet in the new year. Either sometime in January, we'll kick off again within the red. Hopefully, y'all have been enjoying the adventure thus far, and will join us in 2021, the year of what is hopefully going to be less shit.
Bad.
So that
Less
will be that.
Bluebeard.
Check out the website. Buy some coffee if you have last minute holiday things. You're cutting it close to get coffee by Christmas, but we can probably make it happen by New Year's. Other than that, find us on YouTube. Check out the Patreon. You can have a kind of a more direct impact on the adventure if you go to Patreon. Jake has his arms up as if he has something to say, or he's just excited.
Check out our
about Patreon.
MySpace.
Jake still has not put together a MySpace. I don't know why he keeps talking about a MySpace, but Patreon, though, that's the place to go. Check us out. The $5 tier gets these folks a Benny every month. The $15, there's various things that happen at various levels. Check them out. You could create your own minor fey creature to support their endeavors at $15, similar to Big Mar, if you want to have an impact that way as well. Otherwise, they can find roadside caches and stuff that you
Or
provide for them.
you- give us bits, subs.
Yeah,
everything
so bits are
goes
open
towards
now.
that.
Subscriptions are open now as well on Twitch. So if you're liking what you see, feel free to at least follow us. If not, throw us your free Amazon sub. Other than that, thank you all for joining us throughout this year and the first season of In the Red. Have a good holiday. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Hopefully we'll see you next time. And until then, roll together, guys.